Over the years, I've made millions of dollars with dropshipping, and more importantly, I've helped hundreds of thousands of people start their first successful online business. So today, I'm here to give you the shortcut to success by condensing my 7+ years of experience into a simple, step-by-step guide that you can follow. And it all starts with product research. The product that you decide to sell, it will either make or break your dropshipping store. I've just had students like Michael with no prior experience just go from zero to over $1 million in sales in just 9 months by following this exact strategy I'm about to walk you through to find the right product to sell. So what is that first step that Michael and thousands of my students took to find winning products that generated results like these? Verifying a trend. Consumer trends are what will literally show you when to start and when to stop selling products that fall in line with it. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to make sales as quick as possible, you have to be selling something that consumers are actively looking for. So to figure that out, you're gonna want to head over to Google Trends. Once you're in Google Trends, this is where you need to think about what is happening currently, from seasons to holidays to trends. And then you're gonna make a search to see if consumers are actively looking for that season, holiday, or trend that you thought of. For example, if I search something like winter, you'll notice that while it is trending now, it's already nearing its peak. That means that as soon as you start selling towards that season, you're likely to see sales decline pretty quickly as consumers' interest drop off. Since this trend is already nearing its peak, jumping into products within this niche just becomes tougher. Competitors who've already been selling these items for months have a solid data advantage, making it easier for them to reach the audiences that you need to target. For you, this means more time and money spent just to get similar results. And by the time that you do catch up, this trend, it may have already faded. Now, on the other hand, if you search something like workout, this is a trend that happens towards the start of the year every single year. I mean, just think about it. Everyone is starting New Year's resolutions, and a lot of the time, that has to do with working out. With a lower barrier to entry and less competition, you're positioned to take over the market by being one of the first to offer a product within that trend, giving you the edge to dominate before others even have the chance to jump in. So with the trend verified, now it's time to head over to AutoDS. This is an app that you need on your dropshipping store. They triple as not only a product research tool, but as a fulfillment and automation tool too, which is huge. That means that any product that you find on the platform, it could be supplied from AutoDS or one of the 20+ other suppliers that they integrate with. So for those of you who don't know, with dropshipping, one of the biggest benefits of starting this business is because you never have to buy inventory up front or touch a product to get it to your customer. Here's how it works simply. Once you select a product and you start running ads, customers will visit your store and buy it at your set price. And as soon as that payment hits your account, you then purchase that product from your supplier at a lower cost. The supplier then handles shipping and delivering directly to your customer, and you keep the profits in between. So to have a product research tool that can connect you with reliable suppliers all in one and automate the process of shipping to your customers, that's what's really gonna help you focus on growing your business at the quickest rate possible. All right, so heading into the platform, they have 4 different product research sections that are all designed to put products that are already showing their winners or have the potential to be right in front of your face. You can use this section to see every product that AutoDS offers, and you can filter the products down by selecting specific categories, price ranges, or even searching by keywords. This section also has a fast shipping section inside of it that shows you products that can get shipped and delivered in as little as 1 to 5 days, which is almost unheard of when it comes to dropshipping. That right there is a game changer alone. And now the handpicked product section, which is powered by AI and is literally gonna put products that are showing real potential right in front of you. AutoDS uses their AI to scan the market and identify products that are gaining real interest from real customers. And if you click into any product on this page, you're gonna see an entire breakdown of the product all in one place, like your potential profit margins, the engagement and saturation score, and they even give you a target audience and interest to test based off of what type of customer is currently buying this product the most. And on top of that, you're gonna get the direct links to your competitors' ads and their stores, which just makes replicating their success that much easier. Now the trending product section, this is gonna show you products that are trending across Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. This section is literally showing you what consumers are searching for and actively buying right now. That's why if you head into it right now, you're gonna see a lot of winter related products because that's what's trending. So as we move closer to new trends, you're gonna see new type of trends in this section, which is a good way to identify exactly what type of products that you should be selling. Now the last and most important section in my opinion is the ad spy section. The ad spy section is gonna show you any product ads that are currently running across social media platforms. And here you're able to use the filters and advanced filters to find the exact type of products that you're looking for based off of engagement, platform the ads are being directed to, and the date posted, which is crucial. Let's take Christmas as an example. If I come over here and search a keyword Christmas, as you see, it's gonna show me all types of ads that are related to that. What I like doing next is coming to the call to action button and doing shop now. Then I like coming to advanced filters and upping the engagement, putting in some of the main countries countries I'm gonna target, which is gonna be United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Coming to languages, doing English. I wanna put this creation date within the last 7 days to see what is the most relevant. Come down to e-commerce platform and do Shopify. And then click on apply filters. And now once your filters are in, any ads that are currently running that meet that criteria will show up in your results. And let me tell you, if you're seeing ads for a product that is getting really solid engagement, that's a major sign that it's bringing in customers and sales. No advertiser is gonna keep spending money on ads that aren't delivering a return. So if those ads are still running, it means that they're most likely bringing in sales, which means that similar ads with the same product can do the same for you. Now, I'm gonna be using each of these sections to find a product that can work within that trend that we just verified earlier. But before I start my search, I wanna break down what actually makes a product a winner so that you know exactly what you should be looking for when you do start your own search. First off, consumers are always looking for products that make life easier or more efficient. If your product delivers on that, you're already ahead of the game because a winning product offers real value that people can immediately see and feel. That helps with the next point. Ensuring that the product has a strong perceived quality, as it should feel worth it to the buyer to spend their hard-earned money on it. This is ultimately going to help you set a price point between $30 and $150 for the product that you choose to sell, which is a sweet spot for online sellers for two main reasons. The first reason is that price range is what most people feel comfortable spending on a product that they find online. And secondly, it's gonna allow you to keep those profit margins up when factoring in product cost and ad spend. If you're pricing your product below $30, you're gonna quickly find out that it's very hard to profit after covering expenses. That brings me to the next point. And one of the most important parts of validation is that winning product, it needs to hit at least a 2.5x profit margin. To get you to understand this, let's say that you're getting a product from your supplier for $15 with shipping included. You will take that number and multiply it by 2.5, which will come out to $37.50. That is telling you that that is the minimum price that you could sell this product for to at least stay within that 2.5x profit margin and actually profit. And when I talk about actually profiting, using this margin will get you between 25 and 45% profit, which is right above industry standards for a typical dropshipping store. But that's the main reason we're doing any of this, right? Is to make profit. And lastly, to validate a winning product, you want to make sure that that product has active demand. That means that it should be a product that falls in line with a trend and is already generating sales for other stores. Because if there's one thing that needs to be engraved in your head right now, it's the fact that if someone is already making money with the product already, then they can absolutely do the same for you, if not more. All right, so I'm gonna use those exact strategies to find a winning product right now. And then we're gonna go through it together to verify that it's actually making sales and checking that the supplier is one that you can actually trust. But while I'm doing my research, if you're looking to skip the guesswork and get direct, hands-on one-on-one guidance from myself and my team, where we teach you proven strategies that have already helped thousands of students reach their dropshipping goals, no matter their experience level, then take a look at the first link in my description. This is where you can apply for the limited spots available in my one-on-one mentorship, where you'll be learning and implementing strategies that cut down trial and error and help you generate results faster. Now look, I only take 10 students a month who want to make successful dropshipping a reality. So if that is you, take the time, apply, and I'll be reaching out directly to you. Alright, so I was able to find a product that I'm thinking has some great potential, and it really only took me a couple minutes of looking, not only because of the tool that I have, but also because I know exactly what requirements need to be met. And this is the product that I came up with. This is a multifunctional push-up training board, and it aligns perfectly with the workout trend that we already verified earlier. But what I really like about this product is that it addresses a common problem, helping people target different muscle groups without needing to set foot in a gym. And that is a big advantage, especially since people either don't have the time to go to the gym daily, or they feel uncomfortable in that setting. But look, even though I like it, I cannot just base selling it off of my opinion. In order to verify that a product is worth your time selling, you're gonna wanna see that it's already bringing in traffic and potential sales to your competition. So to do that, I need to find some competitors who are selling this product. AutoDS has already shown me 4 competitors selling this product, so the groundwork is already basically done for me. But to do a deeper look at the market and to see who's really pulling in the most traffic for this product, I'm also gonna do a quick Google search. So what I'm gonna do is go to Google search, type in my product name, plus myshopify.com to bring up other Shopify stores who are selling this same product. That way, I can get a sense of the broader competition and identify any top performers in the market. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up a couple competitors that AutoDS gave me and find a couple from the Google side to look into as well. So I went ahead and opened up all these stores on different tabs. But before diving into these stores, make sure you download a free Google Chrome extension called SimilarWeb. This tool is gonna give you some valuable insights, like how much traffic a store is getting, where most of the traffic is coming from, and exactly how they're driving that traffic to their site. All this information and data is gonna be extremely useful when it comes to planning your own marketing strategy for the product. Now, SimilarWeb is free for your first few searches, but if you're serious about doing product research, then you're gonna need the paid version. And I went ahead and added a link in my description that's gonna give you 33% off, so make sure you take advantage of that so you can get the most out of your research. So with this first store, it dipped down from 25,000 to 2.2 thousand visitors the last month, and this person is charging $29.99, but they are charging shipping. As you see, it says free shipping on orders over $39. Now, this competitor is currently on an upward trend, getting 1.1 thousand visitors last month, with their selling price being $36.99 with free shipping over $39. So we already know they're charging shipping. Plus, on this competitor and the last competitor, they're both using the first image, which is a woman using this product, already giving you an understanding of the marketing angle that they're going after. This next competitor is at a flat zero. So as you can see, there is nothing going on over here, with this first product image having the statement of unfoldable, which I feel like just sounds negative right away. Now, this competitor is selling this product for $59.99. The next competitor, basically same thing. No traffic, same first image saying that it's unfoldable, and their selling price is $64.99. Now check out this competitor right here. Currently getting 33,000 monthly visitors. They're offering free shipping worldwide, and their selling price is $64.99. And look at this first image. It's simple, yet very effective. There's no random wording gonna throw you off from buying this product. It's keeping it general, not showing a man or female using the product. It's high quality and has a great angle of the product as well. And what's crazy is if you go through this product page, it's probably one of the best product pages out of all of them. Now, this last competitor is currently on the upward trend of getting right around 949 monthly visitors. Their selling price for this product is $52.47. Now, this first image is a man using the product, so there's a little bit of difference going on here. Now, with that being said, before I dive deeper into the data, the first thing I needed to do was find out which store was getting the most traffic, which it is clearly this store right here. So as we scroll down, the first thing we're gonna see is the top keywords that they're using, which is things like Born Fitness, Stimulator, Push-Up Board, etc. Then we come down to the geography to figure out where they're getting the most traffic, where you can see that they're getting 60% of their traffic just from the United States alone. And that is one of the main countries that we advertise towards, so that is already a great sign. And the second, third, and fourth biggest country is Australia, Canada, and United Kingdom, which I just told you guys earlier. Those are the main countries that we target to as well. Even coming down to their traffic sources, we know exactly how they're currently getting traffic, with direct, search, and social being the main ways that they're driving the traffic currently. So now knowing that this is one of the main competitors we want to base ourselves off of, we can go in and start looking at different features and benefits that we want to take from them. As we go through their images, we can tell that every image is high quality. It's clearly stating that you can use this product for your chest, shoulders, triceps, and back, which is so many different ways that you can use it, and that you can unfold it, fold it, it has hand grips. It's showing way more than what the other competitors were showing. And when we make it down to the product description, it's highlighting even more features and benefits, like the full gym experience, highlighting what we said earlier, that you don't have to go to the gym to use this product and to see results. Adjustable level system, showing all the different ways that the product can be used. More value than traditional equipment, spending $1,300 on this equipment over here, while this one is only $65. So now with that information in your back pocket, you're able to estimate about how much your competition is making while currently selling this product today. I'm gonna use the competitor who had the most traffic, which again, you can see that they had close to 33,000 monthly visitors. So we're gonna take that 33,000 and we're gonna multiply it by the industry Shopify conversion rate, which is 2.5% for online stores. So 32,700 times 2.5%, that's gonna come out to 817.5. Let's go ahead and round up to 818. Now this 818 is gonna be an estimate of how many orders they're currently getting. So if you take the estimated orders and you multiply it by their selling price of $65, it's gonna give you an estimate of how much money they're currently making, which is ultimately gonna come out to $53,161 that they're currently bringing in before the trend has even really started. That's the type of product that you wanna be selling. Now that we've confirmed that this product is already bringing in money for other sellers, don't rush to just add it to your store just yet. As first, it's crucial to verify that the supplier that you're using is reliable and won't leave you with poor quality products that result in chargebacks and lost revenue. To make sure that the supplier is a solid choice, you're gonna head back over to AutoDS and look for a rating of at least 4 stars with 500 plus reviews. That's the green light that you need that shows you that customers and other dropshippers have already been consistently satisfied with the quality and service. If you use an AliExpress supplier, you can verify the exact same thing on that side, and even look at the reviews to see what customers are saying about the product. And just like I highlighted earlier, just as important as the reviews and feedback on the product is also the price that you're gonna get the product within. You remember that 2.5x margin that we talked about earlier? This is where that's gonna apply. You can see that supplying this product through AutoDS, I'm able to get this product for $11.41 with $1.99 for shipping, with giving me an 8-day shipping to the United States. So that means my total cost of goods for this product after shipping is coming out to $13.40. Now taking that $13.40 and multiplying it by 2.5, that's telling me that the least that I can sell this product for in order to stay within that 2.5x profit margin is $33.50. And sometimes you'll see that they're charging even more than that to boost their own profits. And I need you to take this in consideration. If you ever find that the supplier that you choose means that you have to price your product above the competition, it is time to pivot. Either find a trustworthy supplier with a lower cost of goods, or consider moving on to a different product, because the last thing that you want to do is enter in the market overpriced and miss out on sales because of it. Now in my case, the supplier that I'm using through AutoDS has strong ratings and reviews, and I could source the product for just $13.40. And after pulling up all those competitors, they're pricing this product around $50 to $60. So we're set up perfectly to move forward with a solid profit margin. And listen, I want you to succeed, which all starts with the right product. So because of this, I'm gonna give you a list of the top 10 winning products to sell in 2025 with every link that you need to start selling them for 100% free in the description down below. So look, you've got the strategies, and now you've got the products to really take you to the next level no matter where you're watching this video. Now that we talked about paid tools for product research, I want to show you that there's also free methods that can still provide you winning products. And the best part about it is it's already something that you're doing every single day, which is scrolling on social media. But instead of endlessly scrolling on these platforms looking for entertainment, we're gonna turn all that scrolling into a strategy that actually makes you money. So let me go ahead and show you how to use platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram the right way to uncover trending products, identify what's already working, and put yourself ahead of the competition for 100% free. So the first thing you need to do is set up a fake dummy account to start your research. And here, you do not want to be using your personal account because the algorithm is already set to show you content that you like, which could be sports, memes, vacation pics, etc. It is not going to help you find profitable products. But with a dummy account, you have a fresh slate to interact with product videos by liking, commenting, clicking shop now, going through the entire checkout, doing everything besides purchasing itself. So by continuously doing this, you're training the algorithm to show you ads, training videos, and competitor strategies. I mean, you're basically telling it, show me products that are working in e-commerce. Now, when your dummy account is set up, this is where productive scrolling comes into play. So instead of aimlessly scrolling, you should be actively looking for trends, products, and strategies that you can use. Pay attention to what's catching people's attention right now, whether it's POV style videos, unboxing clips, or before and after content. When you see ads, do not just swipe past. Watch each ad closely and ask yourself, what is the hook in the first 3 seconds? How are they showcasing the product? And how much engagement is the ad getting? And what are people in the comment section saying that they like versus what they don't like? Then from here, it is simple. You just write down the pros and cons of each ad that you're interested in. And most importantly, look for products that solve a problem. If a product is making someone's life easier, people are way more inclined to buy it. Now, aside of productive scrolling, there are free tools out there like Facebook and TikTok Ads Library. These two platforms are gonna be where you're able to find products that are already scaling, and it will be showing you exactly what's working on the market currently. All you have to do is come over here to Google and type in Facebook Ads Library. You're gonna go ahead and click on this first link, and this should be the screen that you see. Then once you're on the screen, go ahead and select your country like the United States. Come over here to ad category, select all ads so that you can see everything that is currently running. Now in the search bar, you can type in keywords related to products, niches, seasons, or trends that are currently working based off the research that you've already done. For example, I can type something like back stretcher. Then once I type that in and click enter, it's gonna show me all these different ads that are currently running for this product. And you wanna be looking for ads that are marked as active. These are ads that competitors are currently running right now, meaning they're likely making money in return, and you're in a position right there where you're not reinventing the wheel. Then you wanna go ahead and click into these ads and check out their product page, and pay very close attention to how they're presenting the product, their offers, and their current pricing. And also see if they're using things like discount bundles or reviews or other upsells to increase their average order value. Make note of it, because that is gonna be the same strategy that you should be using too. Now let's talk about TikTok Creative Center, which to me is one of the most underrated free tools for product research. TikTok is where trends start, and this tool gives you everything that you need to identify what's blowing up right now. And here's how you're gonna use it. You're gonna come back over here to Google and type in TikTok Creative Center. Then once you click on that first link, you wanna make sure you're in the inspiration section and you're seeing the top ads dashboard, as this is where you're gonna be finding the highest performing ads that are currently running. Even use the filters to narrow it down. Now, I like to look at the top 1 to 20% performing ads because those are the ones that are working the best right now. And when you click into an ad, you're gonna see everything that you need, from engagement metrics, ad performance, and even the competitor's landing page. This is key because you can see exactly how they're converting viewers into buyers, ultimately putting you in a position to make it work even better for you. The best part is that TikTok's Creative Center, it doesn't just help you find products, it helps you find winning creatives that are going along with those products. Here's the thing with TikTok products though. With how hard TikTok is pushing TikTok Shop, simply just running ads on TikTok is not as lucrative as it was just a couple years ago. That still leaves an area for opportunity to take those products that are blowing up on TikTok Shop and TikTok ads and then just bringing them over to Facebook. Because taking those products and then moving them over to Facebook ads, you're gonna be one of the first advertisers to scale them before anyone else has a chance to catch on. At the end of the day, product research, it does not have to cost you anything. Between social media scrolling, Facebook ads library, and TikTok Creative Center, you have everything that you need to start finding products that are already working and getting ready to take off. The key is to scroll with purpose, analyze what's trending, and to move fast. All right, now that you know how to identify winning products and the tools to help you find them, it is time for the next crucial step. Because I'm telling you right now, even with the best products on the market, they still will not sell unless you have a store that makes customers want to hit that checkout button. So in this section, I'm gonna show you step-by-step how to create and build a highly profitable dropshipping store that actually converts. I know building a Shopify store from scratch, it sounds like a big task, especially if you've never done it before. And here's what most people don't realize. AI has made things way easier for any of you looking to break into e-commerce. Even if you've never built an online store in your life, you can now get a fully customized Shopify store up and running in just a few minutes for 100% free. No experience needed, no stress, and no endless hours spent on setup. I'm dropping a link in the description down below to my free AI store builder so that you can follow along. And in just a few steps, you have a fully functional store ready to go. And I'll even be walking you through how to optimize it to start bringing in sales right from the start. All right, so when you click the link, it's gonna bring you to this page right here, where you're gonna go ahead and click on Build My Free Store. And you can see right away everything that the AI Store Builder is offering you. It's already coming loaded with 10 proven winning products that you can start selling instantly, a high converting and customizable theme. Every single winning product that is added to your store automatically is also gonna come with ready to sell pages, and so much more, basically prepping you for everything that you need to get started successfully. So after clicking on that button, this is gonna be the first screen that you're gonna see. So you're gonna go ahead and put your information into these boxes and then click next. Then right after entering your information, the first thing you need to do is pick your niche. On the screen, it's gonna ask you to choose a niche, but you can honestly choose whichever one that you want, because what we're doing is really just letting the store builder do the hard work for us and building and laying out the store. And later on in this video, I'm gonna show you how to completely transform it into a store that's optimized for sales no matter what niche or products that you're selling. As you see, there's 6 different options: fashion, apparel, pets, electronics and gadgets, home and garden, sports and fitness, or I'm not sure. If you do click on the I'm not sure button, it's just gonna randomly choose one of these niches for you. I'm gonna go ahead and choose sports and fitness and then click done. The next screen is gonna ask you to choose banners for your homepage. Again, I'm gonna show you how to fully customize this in a second, so you can just choose whatever you want here. I'm gonna go with this one and then click done. And now it's saying that you need to create your Shopify account. So come over here and click on Access Shopify. And when connecting Shopify, I was able to partner with them for this video to give you an exclusive discount that you cannot find anywhere else, giving you a 3-day trial plus your next 3 months for only $1 a month. This is ultimately gonna help you cut down on expenses right from the start. And you can also check the link in my description down below too. So after inputting your email, click on Start Free Trial. It's then gonna ask you to create a password and then click on Create Shopify Account. And this should be the first screen that you see after that. And honestly, you can answer the questions here if you want, or just skip past all of it. I'm gonna go ahead and skip past all of it. We wanna come back over here to the AI Store Builder and click on Done. The next step is saying link your Shopify store. So since we already have one created, come back over here to Shopify and copy the browser URL. Come back to the store builder and then go ahead and paste, and then click save, and then done. Now it's saying grab your Shopify discount. So come down over here and click on Access Shopify, and then next click on subscribe. Next it's gonna say which plan do you wanna try, and the only one that you really need is the basic plan. So we're gonna go ahead and click on try basic. You're then gonna enter in your card details, and don't worry, you're not gonna get charged right away. Remember, 3-day trial plus your next 3 months for only $1 a month. Right after entering that information, you wanna scroll down over here and click on subscribe for $1. And just like that, you now have access to your own Shopify store. Then once that's done, come back to the store builder and click on done. And now it's saying install the Build Your Store app. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that button. It brought us back to our store, and we're gonna go ahead and install the app. Once it's installed, you should see the check just like that. Now every single store that uses this store builder, they're all customized. Not one of them are the same. So you see where it says make your store unique? You're gonna click on the Customize My Store button, and it's gonna start doing the work for you. And now it's allowing us to add in the top selling products. And this is gonna be through AutoDS. So you wanna scroll down to the bottom and click on Register to AutoDS, which is gonna allow AutoDS to connect to your Shopify store for only $1 for your first 30 days. And now we're officially on the last step, where we're gonna go ahead and publish the store. So you wanna come down over here and click on Access Shopify to publish store. And then with the password protection section, go ahead and uncheck this. And then click on save, come back to the store builder and click on done. And now for 100% free, in only a couple minutes, your Shopify store is officially live. And now in just a minute or two, you're gonna have access to your store that's gonna look similar to this. And the store builder just did about 90% of the work for you. The homepage is already completely built out. There's product pages already for the products that AutoDS loaded in. And this is your store. So it's fully customizable and optimize every inch of your new store for sales. All you have to do is just follow along and copy and paste each step that I'm about to show you from this moment forward. And since AutoDS is already connected, this is gonna be super simple to do. To import this product on AutoDS, you're gonna come over here and click on Import Draft. Now you're gonna see it says item is being added to drafts, and now the draft upload process has finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on Click to View. Over on the left-hand side, you're gonna see something that says Drafts. And now after importing it, you're seeing the product right here. Before importing it to my store right away, there are a few quick little edits I like to do. To do that, you wanna take your mouse and scroll right over here where it says Click to Edit. And now it's gonna bring up the product, the description, the variants, images, and item specifications. Starting off with the title, I always like to name my product to allow me to stand out from my competition. So I went ahead and said something like Push Zone 9-in-1 Ultimate Push-Up Board. And after naming the product, you could come over here to the description. Now, as you can see, they already wrote you out a product description. And don't worry about this too much right now, because when we do import this to our store, we're basically gonna delete the entire product description and make it into our own. Next, you can come over here to variants. You can see that they currently have 3 variants available, and you can choose whichever one works the best for you. They have just a board by itself, a board with a pull rope, and a board with rope and skipping. So right away, you already know you have multiple upsell options. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep all 3. Next, we come over to the images, which you see are automatically already uploaded. And here, the first thing I advise doing is selecting this box, which is gonna select all the images to be imported. And then you can just go in this section, easily uncheck off anything that you don't want on your store. And remember, when we were looking at competitors earlier, the best competitor, their first image was just a transparent background just showcasing the product itself, which for this product, it's already one of the images that they added. So because I want that to be the main image, I'm just gonna highlight over the image and then click on Set as Main Image. After doing that and getting everything the way that you want, you're gonna come over here and click on Save and Import. And now it's saying that the product was imported to the store. And now the product will officially be added to your store. And if you wanna confirm that, you'll come back over here to your Shopify store, click on Products, and there it is right there. But now, it is time to get to work. Because when customers land on your store, your main focus is to give them every reason to hit that buy button. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to set it up for success. First things first, get rid of the idea that your entire store has to revolve around just one product. Instead, you wanna create something that's called a general store. A general store, it lets you test out different products from different niches all in one place. So you're not having to create a brand new store every time you want to try to sell something different. But what you will be doing with this general store is creating something I like to call niche focused product pages. Each product page is centered around the main product that you're actively trying to sell. And it includes complementary items that encourage customers to add more to their cart, which ultimately just boosts your average order value. Think of a general store like a Walmart or an Amazon, where they make it very easy for you to find everything that you need, and maybe even a few things that you don't necessarily need, but want, because they strategically place complementary items right next to each other. With the same setup for your dropshipping store, you're not just selling a single item. You're creating a shopping experience that can adapt, grow, and bring in even more sales over time. And let me know in the comment section what type of store you were thinking about starting before watching this video. And if it makes sense to you, why a general store is a better option. All right, now to start designing the general store, we're gonna head back into the Shopify store that we created earlier with the AI store builder. And if you already have a store, you're still gonna follow these same rules. First things first, we're gonna start off with the homepage. Here's a solid blueprint of how your homepage should be laid out and what sections to include. And I'll go ahead and leave this document in the description down below for you to check it out at any time. Now, the main purpose of your homepage is to give your store a professional, polished feel while subtly directing customers back to your product page. So you wanna keep it clean, welcoming, and consistent with your overall brand vibe. Now, honestly, you shouldn't be spending too much time on your homepage because your ads, they're not driving traffic to your homepage. They're gonna be driving the traffic straight to your product page, which we will be designing in a second. But for those rare times that your customer decides to explore a bit, you don't want them backing out of a purchase because your homepage looks half finished or just out of sync with the rest of your store. A cohesive and complete look across the board, it just builds trust. It makes customers feel more comfortable purchasing from you. So let's go ahead and get it set up. Now that we're on the Shopify dashboard, you wanna come down over here and click on Online Store. Then over here on the right side, click on Customize. And the first thing that's showing up to customize is your announcement bar. And the announcement bar, this is where you're gonna highlight the sale and season that you're currently trying to go after. So I'll come over here to the announcement bar and click on what they already have. Right now it's saying free shipping. And I went ahead and just added in end of year sale, 50% off plus free shipping. And we're gonna start off with the first banner. And remember, we're trying to keep this general. So coming into this banner, the first thing I'm gonna do is probably replace this first image. To do this, I'm gonna come over here and click on change and then remove. And to get high quality, non-copyrighted images that you can use on your store, I like using a website called Pixels. And I'm gonna start off with a very general image, something like this, where I typed in people smiling and it's giving me so many different variations of things I can use. I think this one right here looks pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on download. Now I'm gonna come back to my store, click select image, add image, and then add the image I just downloaded. And then I'm adding a title and a small description. So I said something like biggest end of year sale. Get ready to save big on our most popular products. From home essentials to the latest tech and fitness, we have something for everyone. Don't miss out on our incredible discounts. Then I'm gonna come over here to the button, and with the button link, I'm gonna send it to a collection of products. And that's gonna be all of our collections. And I made the call to action on the button, check out our latest sales. Now that we have the welcoming statement plus the image in, the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is get into the mission statement. So what I'm gonna do is come over here and click on add section, rich text, take this and slide it right under our banner, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the button off of this. Now here, if you're no copywriter or you don't know what to put in text, it's okay, because neither am I. I just use my tools to my advantage. So I'm gonna head over to ChatGPT and let it write the mission statement for me. I just came over here and said something like, I'm running a general e-commerce store. I need you to write me a mission statement. And just like that, it already wrote me out everything that I needed. So I'm gonna come over here and copy this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and input it. Saying something like, at our store, our mission is to bring the world to your doorstep by offering a diverse range of quality products at unbeatable prices. And it wrote a little bit more that I'm okay with, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in there. Now, after adding in that mission statement, the next step is adding in your featured product. To do that, you wanna come down over here and click on add section, feature product, and you're gonna go ahead and put that right under the mission statement. Click inside the featured product, click select product, and of course, we're gonna go ahead and select the product that we just imported from AutoDS. Then right after adding in that main featured product, the next thing you wanna do is follow it up with a collection of products. And the AI store builder, again, it already did a lot of the work for me, so it already gave me a collection of products that I can use. All I have to do is just change the wording around on it. And that section is gonna be called the feature collection section, which I just went ahead and finished. Following this collection, you're gonna have your testimonials, which again, the AI store builder, it already did a lot of work for me. The one thing I'm gonna do different is I'm gonna add images to each one of these testimonials. And now all I have to do is just customize the images and the text that's within each review. So I'm gonna take this first review, copy it, come back in ChatGPT, and I just said, make this review general more. And then I'm gonna just do that for each one of these reviews. Now that I just finished writing each review, now I'm gonna add images to each one. So I'm just gonna head back to Pixels to let it do the work for me. I'm gonna type in woman smiling, and I'm gonna download this one. Come back to the store, go into the first testimonial, select your image, and then upload the first one that you just downloaded. And then follow that same pattern throughout the rest of the reviews. And with your reviews, you wanna make sure you're highlighting men and women on your store. Now, as you can see, I'm done with the reviews. I'm showing 2 reviews coming from 2 women and 1 from 1 man. I went ahead and added a title to the testimonial section saying, hear from our customers first. You see how it's laid out right now, stacked on top of each other? I think that takes up too much space. So what I'm gonna do is come over here to theme settings and then go ahead and check mark reveal sections on scroll. And now it's gonna stack them all together. Now, last thing I'm gonna do is add a section, come down to email sign up, and that's what's gonna be directly under my reviews. Now, with every store that I launch, I only focus on using 3 colors max: black, white, and 1 accent color. This is very important because you want to keep your store simple, clean, and professional looking, and that color layout is the best way for you to do that. For you to be able to access the colors and change it around, you want to come over here to this gear icon, click on theme settings, come over here to colors, and because the main color on my store is this nude color, then I already know that scheme 6 is the main scheme that they're pushing. So if I just click into the scheme 6, I go to background, I can change this to whatever color that I want. But just remember, on your store, if there's any other color besides black and white that's showing that is not that color, you need to match it to this color. So every single thing is congruent. Now, I personally like the color scheme that they have, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that. The last thing I'm gonna say about colors is with your text, you always wanna keep it black. Do not add other colors to your text. Keep it black and keep it simple. All right, now this is looking pretty good, and it only took us just a couple of minutes to do this because a lot of the work was already done for us. But one crucial thing that we're missing to finish this off is the logo. So if you've never made a logo before, I'm telling you, it's not too hard to do, and again, it shouldn't take too much time. There's definitely gonna be more important things to focus on. But to make a logo that still adds a professional branding element to your store, you're first gonna come over here to Canva. You're gonna come down to templates, and then type in logos. When you're looking through this, you're gonna see 1,000 templates of logos that you could choose from that you're able to fully customize to your own. Let's take this one right here, for example. We're gonna come over here and click on customize this template. The first thing I'm gonna do is ensure that the color scheme is matching my store. So if I come back to my store, go to customize, come back to theme settings, go to colors, go into my main color scheme, click into the color. It's gonna give me the color code right here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, come back over here to Canva, click on the background color, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste that color scheme in. And just like that, we match it with our store colors. Now I'm gonna go into the text. I do wanna add some more to this. I'm gonna come over here to elements. I'm gonna type in the element that I want, add it to my logo, resize it, center it, and just like that, in only a couple minutes, I now have my logo. Now that I'm done, I'm gonna come over here and click on share, download, and then click on download again. Next, we're gonna come back to our online store, click customize, click on theme settings, go to logo, and you do want to make sure you delete the logo and the favicon. Then come back in here, click on select images, add images, and then go ahead and upload the logo that you just created. Come down to the favicon and do the exact same thing. And look at that in the top left corner. My logo is officially added. Once you're done adding in your logo, you want to come back over here to the top right of the screen and click on save. Now with the homepage complete, we're gonna start building out the product page, which is one of the most crucial points of designing your online store because again, this is where you're gonna be directing your traffic to. That means that the product page should be all about highlighting the key features and benefits, showing customers exactly what the product can do for them, all while creating a smooth and engaging shopping experience that makes them want to buy. And since we already put in the work to pinpoint what's working for top competitors in terms of driving traffic, we're just gonna leverage about 80% of their successful strategies and add in our own unique 20% to stand out. This way, we're maximizing our chances for success while giving our store its own edge. And this is gonna be the layout that we follow on our product page, where you see it's first talking about identifying a problem and then giving a quick solution. Following that, you're gonna have a corresponding GIF or image. Now, the reason we do that is for a couple reasons. The first reason is we want people to come to our store and feel like they need the product and not just want it. So if you can highlight their problem and give the exact solution with your product, they're gonna be more inclined to buy it. Secondly, you have to understand that there's two types of buyers that come to your store, a reading buyer and a visual buyer, and you need to appeal to both. So each section where you're highlighting text describing the features and benefits, you're also gonna have a corresponding image or GIF to show that in visual. That way that no matter what customer comes to your store, you know you're gonna appeal to all of them. And I'm gonna be using AI to help me do that. So let's go ahead and get it going. Here's a link to my competitor's stores. This is my biggest competitor. And this competitor was the one that was driving the most traffic. And then I said, here's my other competitors, the ones that were not driving as much traffic, but still I can take things from. I said, help me create an amazing, strong, driven product description that matches this format. And I followed up with it by saying, using this format for the product page, let's start building it out together with the information that I provided to you. And look at this, it's already doing the work for me. Now that I've used this to highlight the features and benefits of the product, the next thing I wanted to do is highlight who my ideal audience is. So I said, who is my ideal audience for this product based off of consumer demand, trends, the competitors I gave you, etc. So I have more direction on who the potential buyer is. And then look at all the different demographics that it gave me, from fitness enthusiasts and hobbyists to at-home fitness advocates, budget-conscious shoppers, fitness newcomers and casual exercisers, and health-conscious shoppers, telling me their demographic, their lifestyle, and their motivation. And I think that at-home fitness advocates is the main audience I want to go after, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and choose. So it's giving me a broad age range of 20 to 50, specifically targeting professionals, parents, and those who have limited access to gyms. These are people who are typically extremely busy, maybe work remote, and they like an at-home fitness solution. And the main thing that motivates these people is convenience. And knowing all this information, it's really gonna help me structure my product description in the exact way I want to target my ideal customer. Let's go in and build out the product page. So first thing I'm gonna do is come over here and click on products. And like I said earlier, I'm gonna come in and delete this entire product description. Click save. And now I'm gonna change the prices around each variant. So like I said earlier, after looking through competition, each competitor is selling this product between $50 and $60. So to beat my competition, without it affecting my margins, I'm gonna go lower than everyone else because I know that the minimum selling price that I can have, and also knowing that earlier when I validated how much I could sell the product for at minimum, it was within the $30 to $40 range, I can go lower than my competition with this selling price. So I'm gonna start off with $49.99. I'm gonna make the board with the pull rope $59.99, and I'm gonna make the board plus a pull rope plus a jump rope $69.99. Once you've selected your product pricing, come back over here and click on save again. Now you need to add a compare price to each one of these variants. And what this compare price is doing is showing the before price before the sale. So I'm gonna come over here and click on the first variant. Now with compare prices, I typically like to do 50% off. So if I know my selling price is $49.99, then I'm gonna make the compare price double that at $99.99. And you wanna make sure you do this across each variant so that the customer thinks that they're getting a sale across each thing that you're selling. Now that you deleted that preset product description, you've set your selling prices and your compare pricing, let's go ahead and build out this product page. So I don't build out my products on this product tab. I actually do it very similar to how I did it on the home page. So I'm gonna come down over here and click on online store, click on customize. At the top, hit this drop down bar, click products, and then click on create template. I'm gonna name the template after the product and then click on create template. Now where it says preview at the top left, I'm gonna click on change, and I'm gonna select the main product that we wanna go ahead and work with. And if you look over here on the right side, you will now see a selling price and a compare price, the exact one that we set up earlier. So before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and change the color scheme. My product description is no other color besides white and the text being black. So with it being gray right here in the background, I'm gonna go ahead and click into this, and as you see, it's bringing up scheme 2, which is gray. So I'm gonna click change and go to the scheme that's white, which now you're seeing the full background being white. Now that we have that set up, let's go ahead and start off with the top of our product page. And the first thing I like adding at the top of my product page is a small description on why someone should buy the product. Now you have to understand that people are lazy and they might not make it down to the product description that we're gonna make here in a second. So because of that, at the very top of this product page, I want people to know why they should buy this product. So I'm gonna come down over here and click on add block, click on text, and I'm gonna put the text block right under the title. And in here, I'm gonna highlight 3 to 4 quick points on why someone would buy this product. After adding in the first text, you just wanna continue to keep following that same format. So come back over here to add block, go back to text again, drag it up to the top, and this is what it looks like when it's done. I have a complete multifunctional home workout with 3 main points of why you should buy the product. Now I am noticing that the sale price right here is blue, and again, that's kind of throwing off our color scheme. And this is one of the colors that can stand out by itself, but I wouldn't necessarily do blue here, I would do red. Because psychologically, when you think sale, you're always gonna think the color red. So I'll come back into my theme settings, find anything that's blue, which is this right here, go to background, and change this to red. The last section that I like at the top of my product page is a collapsible row. Here, I like to highlight how it works, shipping policies, and return policies. So I'm gonna click on add block, collapsible row, and I'm gonna do 3 collapsible rows. And guess where I'm going? Right back to ChatGPT. And I'm just gonna say something like, write me a how it works, a shipping policy, and a return policy. And just like that, it already wrote everything out. So I'm gonna copy this, come back to my store, and input. And then go to the next one. This one's gonna be shipping details, and I do wanna change the icon on this. So I'm gonna change it from a check mark to a truck, and then put my information directly in there. Next, I'm gonna do a return policy. I'm gonna come down to the icon, click on return, and then go ahead and paste out what I wrote on ChatGPT directly in there. So that is just the top of the product page. And doing those little things, I'm telling you right now, will go a long way. But now let's go ahead and get into the fun part and the most important part, which is your product description. So to build out the rest of the product page, the first thing you're gonna do is come over here to the left-hand column. What we're gonna do is we're gonna delete apps, related products, custom related, and the sticky buy button. We're gonna come down over here, add a section, and we're gonna add a multi-row. Now looking back at our store design sheet, the first way we start off our product description is by highlighting a problem and giving a solution. Which again, remember in ChatGPT earlier, we already had this all laid out, which gave me the opening problem-solving statement. Need a full body workout without the gym? So this opening statement is gonna be the first statement inside of my product description. So I'm gonna come over here to multi-row, go to row, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and input the heading. So my header states, need a full body workout without the gym, and then I'm following up with a problem-solving statement of saying, our 9-in-1 push-up board offers a versatile, space-saving way to target multiple muscle groups from the comfort of your home. Say goodbye to bulky equipment and say hello to convenient, effective workouts. Now that is how you're gonna grab somebody's attention. Now, like I said earlier, with each piece of text, we're gonna have a corresponding GIF or image. And honestly, with my opening statement, I kinda like doing a GIF over a still image. I've already examined the market, studied my competitors, and I've looked around on what GIFs work and what don't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the GIF that I think would do the best right here. So click on select image, add image, and then go ahead and input. Now I want you to look at this image very clearly. This individual is not at a gym. You can see that they're working out outside, probably outside of their home. And that's the type of thought process that you need to have when you're choosing the images on your store. Now, what do we do after the problem-solving statement? We get into the features and benefits. So we're gonna come back to the multi-row and add in our first feature and benefit. I went ahead and added in my first feature and benefit, which is targeted muscle zones. And I have a small description following that explaining the header. And inside of that description, I want you to notice that I'm highlighting specific words that I want to stand out to my customer. Things like specific muscle groups and target your chest, shoulders, triceps, or back. Because again, that is basically what I'm trying to say in my header as well. We're gonna come back to the image, select another image, add another image, and having the image resonate with what I'm putting in text. For example, this one's saying sculpt your triceps. So showing a specific region that you can target just by using this device. And then I'm just gonna highlight that same format throughout the rest of the page. And I personally like using 3 to 4 features or benefits minimum per product. So let me go ahead and finish this out real quick. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually looking really good, but we need to do one more thing to ensure that this product page is actually associated with our product. So you wanna come over here and click on exit, products, go to the product itself, come down over here to theme template, and then go ahead and click on the theme template that you just created. Then come back and click on save. And now we officially have the product page finished up, and it's looking pretty good. The problem solving statement and the features and benefits are clearly laid out. The colors are all cohesive, and it's really easy for my ideal buyer to see why they would want this product. But before we dive into getting traffic to your store, there are 2 final steps that you absolutely need to get done, which are securing your domain and setting up your payment processors so you can actually get paid. Now, when it comes to getting your domain, I'm always recommend going with a .store domain. And if you set up your store with my AI store builder, you should already have one. But if you didn't, you're still gonna wanna know this so you can make the right move. A 12-month study actually showed that using a .store domain can actually double your online visibility, drive up your traffic by 87%, and cut your cost per acquisition down by 12%. And that's major because you're not just reaching more people, you're reaching the right ones. And it's costing you less to do it. And another factor playing into this is the fact that when customers see store in the URL, it's like a green light in their mind that this is a legit place to shop. Think about it. They're shopping online, so seeing that .store, it instantly reassures them that they're buying from an actual business. And it's not just small stores that have caught on to this. I mean, even big brands and influencers like Discord and MrBeast, they're using .store domains. So you know it's a strategy that works. Now, you can get a .store domain from anywhere that you purchase domains from. But right now, I have a deal with Get.Store that's gonna give you a .store domain for just 99 cents for an entire year. And to make it even better, they're gonna give you $2,500 worth of discounts on big marketing platforms like MailChimp and Vistaprint when you use code ACStore at checkout. I left a link in my description for you to go ahead and grab that deal so you have the opportunity to outperform your competition right from the jump. All right, now to finalize your store and get ready to start pushing traffic to it, you need to set up your payment processors. So to get you started, you're gonna come over here and head into the settings of your Shopify store, click on payments, and then this is where you're gonna activate your Shopify payments. All you have to do is enter in your personal and banking information, and now you'll be able to get your money directly deposited into your account from any sales that you make on your store. With Shopify payments, when a customer pays on your store, that money will be paid out to you the next day. And that's where you're able to take that money and purchase the product from your supplier, who will then send it directly to your customer. Now, Shopify payments is gonna be the easiest and most useful payment processor, but unfortunately, it's not available in every country quite yet. And here's a list of countries that Shopify payments are available in, but if you find yourself in a country where that's not accepted, PayPal is definitely gonna be your second best option. PayPal also just gives customers another way to pay for their product, whether they have a balance on their account or they want a more secure checkout. So listen, even if you have Shopify payments available to you, it would not hurt adding PayPal as a second payment option. Super simple. All you do is click complete setup, and it's gonna take you over to PayPal to finish the sign-up process and add in your banking information. Now, if you already have a PayPal account with the email address that you use to create Shopify, then it's just gonna take you to log in and connect your store, linking your store to your account right then and there. Now, if you're in a country that isn't accepting Shopify payments and you're not able to use PayPal for some reason, Shopify offers more payment options on the back end. What you're gonna do is scroll down and click the Add Payment Method button. Then you're gonna click on Search by Provider, which is going to give you a list of providers that integrate with major providers like Visa and MasterCard. From here, you're just gonna have to look up what payment processors are accepted in your country and find the corresponding provider on this list. Do the setup and add in your banking information so you can start accepting payments no matter where you're selling from. So now with your store not only fully created, but connected as well, you've completed one of the hardest steps. And look, that is a huge win. Let's take things even further before I show you how to create viral ads that are gonna help you drive traffic that is ready to buy with your online store. And this is where we optimize your store with the must-have Shopify apps that will keep your customers engaged, make their shopping experience seamless, and most importantly, get them to buy. Now, this part is gonna be crucial to your success because if you do not know, having too many apps downloaded on your Shopify store is gonna slow your website's performance down, which ultimately is going to lead to you missing out on sales because your store is not going to be loading up right away. And people, they do not want to wait for something like that. So to get a majority of the features that you need without having to download 10 different apps, spend a lot of money that's unnecessary, and slow your store speed down, I suggest that you download an app called Vitals. Now, Vitals is really like an all-in-one platform when it comes to apps, as it pretty much has everything that you're gonna need to make your customers' experience more seamless to then increase your sales as soon as possible. And because it directly integrates with Shopify, it's not gonna slow your store down. So basically, you're getting all the benefits without any drawbacks from having all the features that Vitals has to offer. So inside Vitals, there's gonna be a few apps that you wanna include on every single one of your product pages. All right, so in Vitals, the first app that you wanna add is the custom currency converter. And the reason you wanna focus on this app first is because, in my opinion, it's the most overlooked app on this list, even though it's an absolute game changer when it comes to making sales through your store, especially when it comes to selling to the top 5 e-commerce countries. You see, when you're running ads, you're typically gonna be marketing your product to people in countries like United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. And as we all know, each of these countries use a different kind of currency. So if you're advertising to them, but you're only displaying one kind of currency in your store, I guarantee you're gonna be missing out on sales. So how this currency converter works is it's based off of geolocation. So it sees what country your customer's in, and then it changes the currency to match, which ultimately saves your customer trouble of doing the math themselves to understand foreign currencies, which I'm gonna let you know, a lot of people probably won't even do. Always replay this in the back of your mind. If the shopping experience is smoother, they're gonna be way more likely to come buy from you. So to get this app set up, you're gonna come in here in Vitals, you're gonna go to the custom currency converter, you're gonna go ahead and add it, and then select the 5 countries that we just mentioned. The next app that we're gonna use is the countdown banner. All right, so this app is especially effective during the holidays because it's designed to create a sense of urgency to give your customers that extra push so that they can come hurry and buy your product. And you want them to feel that urgency because you don't wanna let your customer have the time to get distracted by something when they're still deciding whether or not to buy your product, and then ultimately could forget about your store, making you miss out on that sale. You need to make the experience as smooth as possible for your customer while also making sure to keep their attention because honestly, anything can make them forget or want to leave your store. So let's go ahead and get this app set up. First, you want to go into the app. Next, you want to go ahead and create a timer for 24 hours. Put it at the top so all pages can see, or at least just put it on your product page. And lastly, you can put whatever text for a sense of urgency, like deal ends today. Now that you created this sense of urgency, you now need to add credibility to your product because customers, They want to be reassured that what they're buying is actually going to be worth it, no matter how good a product is at solving a problem that a customer's having. People, they are not going to trust the quality if you do not show them that people are already buying it and enjoying it. This is the same concept that I mentioned earlier when we talked about .store domains. You see, people, they like to see either well-known brands or lots of people are buying and are satisfied with their product. So to accomplish this, your product page is going to need a good amount of reviews. And this product reviews app makes it so simple to import reviews from other suppliers like AliExpress, Alibaba, or even Amazon. So to get this set up, the first thing you're gonna do is come back to Vitals. You wanna go ahead and click on the product reviews app and then set up the product reviews app. From here, you wanna go ahead and import reviews to your store. So go ahead and click on import reviews. Like I said, you can pull reviews from so many different platforms, but the main one that I like to use is AliExpress. So come over here, select AliExpress, and then select the product that you're choosing. And whenever you are choosing the product with reviews on AliExpress, you do wanna make sure that it has a good amount of reviews. And then once you verify that, you're then gonna go ahead and copy that link and then paste the product URL in the reviews app. Once it's uploaded, you can select how many reviews you want to import. And when you are choosing these reviews, you want to make sure you find the ones that have good pictures and make sure that none of these pics are the products in the package. You want to see pictures of people actually using the product in real time, because as a customer, that's going to be way more convincing to want to buy the product seeing that than just seeing it in a box. And the best part is you can fully customize any of these reviews. You can change the text, you can change the image, you can do whatever you want. One little quick tip I'll give you is I will find the product on Amazon, look for the strongest, most well thought out reviews, put it in ChatGPT to go ahead and edit the review to make it even better for my store. And then once all that's set up, you can then go into your product page, scroll all the way down, and see that your product has really amazing reviews, showing real-time people utilizing it and giving great feedback. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind is that if you only have 5-star reviews, it can have the same effect as not having any. As people, they're definitely going to question whether the reviews are real. So you want to make sure to have a variety of different reviews, ranging from 5 to even 3 stars, so that your customers can see that people are actually buying your product and that there are real people leaving reviews for it. And I don't know if you noticed when I scrolled down to show you the reviews, but that add a cart button, it didn't stay visible on the screen. So we need an app that's going to fix that. And this next app is one of the most important tools when it comes to converting views into sales. And that app is the sticky add a cart button. Let's say a customer is looking through your store and they scroll down your product page. You'll see the add a cart button at the top of the page, but below it, you'll have pictures and videos, you'll have information, and the reviews that we just added. So your customer is gonna need to scroll all the way down to get all that information if they're not entirely sure whether or not to buy the product. But then, if they scrolled all the way down, they're gonna think it's not worth it to have to scroll all the way back up to buy your product, even if they've already decided that they wanted it. You need to understand and keep in mind that customers can be lazy, and if they experience any pushback when shopping online, a lot of the time, they're just going to leave the website. Now, getting this app set up is extremely simple, but just because the process is simple, it doesn't mean that this app isn't crucial to your store's success. So let's go ahead and get this set up. We are now back in Vitals, and all you have to do is go to the app and click activate. And you can still customize this any way that you want. You can come over here and change the settings, like make the button be at the top or the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the bottom. You can also change the color of the button. And to keep a clean and professional look, you want the color to match your store's colors. And once the customer adds your product to the cart, you need to make sure that the checkout page is optimized to increase your sales even more. Because once the customer actually gets to this point, they've already done everything that you want them to do besides one last step, which is buying the product. And once your customer gets to the checkout page, it is then time to shift your focus from making the original sale to getting the customer to spend as much as possible when they're on your store. That's because you cannot guarantee that your customers are going to come back to your store another time. So you don't have too many chances to actually make your sales once your customers are in your store. So you need to really try to push your customers to adding more products to their checkout and spending more money in your store. And the total amount of money that your customers are spending when they do make a purchase on your store, this is called your average order value, which on simpler terms is just the average amount that every single customer spends. And as an advertiser, or really anybody who runs a business, the number one thing that you're trying to do is make as much money as possible. And you're gonna be able to do this by increasing your average order value. And what's going to help you accomplish that is through upselling apps. The first of these upselling apps is the volume discount pricing. This app is going to allow your customer to buy multiples of the main product that you're selling. And the more of a product that the customer buys, the higher their discount is going to be. People need to buy multiple amounts of the same product for any kind of reason. So encouraging them to buy more of that product and get an amazing discount while doing so is going to drastically increase your average order value. And if you don't incentivize your customer to keep adding more products to their cart during checkout, you're literally making yourself miss out on money that you could have made. So to get this app set up, inside of Vitals, you're gonna go to upsells. Click volume discounts. Now you're gonna have options here where you can apply this to multiple products or select a specific product. I do recommend only choosing one product at a time. So go ahead and choose that product and click select. Next, you're gonna go ahead and input your discount details. And I do this based off of the selling price. Now, if the product is under $50, I like to do buy 2 at 10%, buy 3 at 15%, buy 4 at 20%. Now, if the product is more than $50, I like to raise this up a little bit. So I'll do buy 2 at 15%, buy 3 at 20%, and buy 4 at 25% off. So you're gonna go ahead and set that up for the product. And next you wanna go ahead and select the appearance, which I always say, again, match it with the store colors. Next you wanna go ahead and select the layout, and there's multiple options that you can use. I personally like using the square table, but you can use whatever you want. Next, you're gonna continue to review to go ahead and see the breakdown of everything that you just did. And this is what it should look like when you're all finished. Then once you have a green light on everything, just come over here and click on publish volume discount. And if the customer does go through with using this volume discount and they buy multiples of your product, the discount's automatically gonna be applied at checkout. So neither you or the customer needs to do any extra work. All right, so this next upselling app that I'm about to show you is an app that, if you set it up right, is going to consistently double your average order value, and that is going to be with the product bundle app. This app is gonna let you add any upselling products as an offer alongside the main product that you're selling, which is gonna make it so that customers are able to buy what they need and spend more while shopping directly with your store. And it's extremely important that you make sure that the products that you are upselling with can complement the main product that you're selling. So for example, if you're selling an at-home treadmill, you might want to upsell with a yoga mat and a water bottle. You can see that these products that we want to upsell with both complement the main product. And the bundle makes customers think of it as a convenience to add them, because now they don't have to go to other stores to look for all these same products. And also throwing a total discount on the products that are all bundled together, this helps also convince customers to purchase even more products from you. This tactic puts other products that people might want or need directly in front of them. And it's gonna put you in a position to be able to get every chance that you need to increase your average order value, and of course, bring in even more money. So to set this up, you wanna come back over here to apps, go to upsells, then go ahead and click on create product bundle. This is gonna be the next screen that you see where you get to go ahead and choose the products. And you should not go ahead and choose any product. You wanna go ahead and specify the exact product or collection that you wanna be upselling with. To do that, go ahead and click on browse, and it's like the first product that actually makes sense with the main product that you're selling. Now you're gonna come to products from slot B and do the exact same thing. After selecting the products, go ahead and click on continue to discount details. Here, you're gonna go ahead and apply the discount value that you want. And on appearance, do not change too much, but do turn on post-purchase thank you page. So go into the settings, turn inactive to active. And this is a little bit of what the preview is gonna look like after people make a purchase and how it's gonna continuously keep upselling them. Once all that's set up, come over here, click review, and then save. And then once it's all set up and you go to your product page, this is what it should be looking like, where you're seeing your main product, 2 complimentary upsells, and an amazing discount that's being applied if you're buying all of them together. Having this set up is going to ultimately make your customers' experience even better while they look throughout your store, while also letting them make as many sales as possible. But something you need to keep in your mind when you're running your e-commerce store is that you could be doing everything right. You could have all these features and these amazing products, and sometimes still we see low conversion rates. So if you're not seeing the conversion rates that you want, then this next app is going to be a game changer for you and your store. And that app is called Visitor Replays. This app is going to give you a real-time view. Actually see what your customers are doing when they come to your landing page. This is like a whole entire spy tool where it's recording every single action that your customers are taking to then help you figure out what's driving people away from getting the purchases that you're looking for. It's gonna show you in real time what they clicked on, where they're spending majority of their time at, and what's the last feature they looked at before they decided to leave your store. So for example, you might have a customer come to your store. It's seeming like everything is right when you're watching this replay. They're not spending too much time looking at the pricing. They're going through the features and benefits, but then they make it to the bottom of your product page. And you see the screen just stopping and they're just looking at the reviews. And then from there, the next thing you see is they just click off your website. Well, your main thing you want to be looking for is a common denominator. And if you're seeing majority of people taking the same action and stopping in the same place, well, you have the area where you can then create a solution, which is just fixing your reviews. But you would have never known that if you didn't actually see what people were doing in real time. As another example, you can see replays of seeing that your customers are coming to your store, they see the price of the product is a little too high, and they don't even scroll at all. They just leave in seconds. Well, from here, it's a simple solution. You just need to go out and look at your competitors' stores, compare their prices versus what you're charging, and then just adjust accordingly as long as this price fits within your 2.5x margin. And then over the next couple of days, if sales go up, you know it worked. But this is something you would have never known without seeing the replays. Let me go ahead and show you how to set this up. In the visitor replays, you do want to go to the settings, and inside the settings, you want do not record my visits checked as well as the other one, as there's no purpose for it to check your visits, as you want to see what your customers are actually doing, not what you're doing. And utilizing this app, you're going to start off with 5,000 replays. So your next step is just to make sure it's active, and you can do that by coming over here and clicking on the top right corner. Using this app is going to save you hundreds of dollars that you would have spent in marketing towards a landing page that's not bringing you in any money. So if you want to build your e-commerce store in 2025 in ways that avoid this from happening, then this is an app that you need to have. These 7 apps are all included in Vitals. So if you use Vitals, you're going to be getting all these features which are going to completely improve your store's performance without having to install a bunch of different apps they're gonna be losing you money in the long run. Since this app is so crucial to your success, I'm gonna add a free trial for you to use in the document that I'm gonna give out when this video gets to 1,000 likes. So you can test these apps out and even look for other ones that you might want to add to your store. The next app that I want to put you onto is one that every single one of you are going to need at some point throughout your dropshipping journey, and that's Doula. Now listen, I know a lot of you are just starting out and you might feel overwhelmed by the idea of setting up your business properly, but let me just make this simple. Doula is the all-in-one tool that helps you start and run your business from anywhere in the world. And they take care of everything that you need to make sure your business is 100% legit and compliant. And here's how they're gonna help you. So first off, they're gonna set up your LLC or C Corp at any US state. And secondly, they're gonna get you your EIN, which is your business tax ID, even if you don't have a social security number. And third and lastly, they will open you up a US bank account with their partner bank Mercury, so you can connect to payment processors like Stripe and PayPal no matter your location. But by far the best part is that Doula handles all the back-end work, from tax filings, bookkeeping tools, and CPA support, so you can focus on growing your store without worrying about staying compliant. They even give you a dedicated account manager to walk you through the entire process and keep your business on track. Doula is really like that one-click solution to setting up your professional business the right way, so you can hit the ground running and focus on making sales. So if you want to learn more about getting this service for your online business, then make sure you check out the link in my description to get started with a free consultation today. Now at this point, your store is now set up to turn browsers into buyers. And now it's time for that part that really matters, getting the right people to actually see it. So with that being said, I'm gonna show you how to create high converting ads in just minutes. Ads that don't just get views, but drive traffic and sales straight to your store. Your ad creation is what's gonna help make that real money start to roll in. So lock in, because you're not gonna wanna miss this. If there's just one thing that you can take away from this video, it should be this: content is king. The ads that you create are the lifeline of your dropshipping business. And without high quality content, you're just another store blending into the crowd. Social media has ultimately changed everything about how people shop. Just a few short years ago, people would search for products when they needed them. But now, social media literally brings products straight to the consumer's feed, whether they're looking for them or not. I mean, think about it. How many times have you been scrolling on TikTok or Instagram and saw a product that caught your eye and you didn't search for it? It was just placed right in front of you. This is the world that we're operating in now. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook have become the new shopping malls, as people don't just consume content for entertainment anymore. They're discovering, researching, and buying products all in one app. And as a dropshipper, your job is to make sure that your content and product both grab their attention and drive them to your store. So what does that mean for you? It means that your ads, they cannot be average anymore if you want to be successful at selling online. Your content has to stand out, connect emotionally to the potential buyer, and leave people feeling like they need your product in their life right now. In short, the game has changed, and social media has shifted the power to advertisers that know how to create impactful, engaging, and relatable content. So how do you become one of those advertisers? Well, before actually creating the ad, you have to understand what makes an ad that doesn't just get millions of views, but has the potential to drive traffic to your online store that can lead to real purchases. So get ready to take some notes, because what I'm about to share could be the game changer that your business needs. So the key to a viral, high converting ad, it all starts with understanding and mastering the fundamentals. The first and arguably most crucial factor in your ad success is grabbing the viewer's attention within the first 3 seconds. These 3 seconds are make or break. And if you do not capture your audience immediately, I'm gonna let you know they will scroll right past your ad without a second thought. Think about it. All that time and money that you invested in creating and running that ad will then go to waste if no one is stopping to watch. That's why your ad needs a wow factor, whether it's through bold, compelling copy or eye-catching visuals that instantly spark curiosity. Now let's be real, perception is everything, and the quality of your visuals play a massive role in how your product is viewed. If your images are low quality or blurry, people are going to assume that your product is unreliable or low value. Now on the other side, clear, professional visuals, they don't just grab attention, they build trust. And trust me, the better your visuals, the more traffic that you'll drive to your store, which will signal the algorithm to push your ad to even more people. Now 100% one of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is creating ads without even understanding who they're talking to. When you have a clearly defined persona that you're advertising to, you're no longer creating ads in the dark, as you'll be tailoring your content to a specific audience, making it relatable and engaging, which is exactly what turns views into sales. This is a major step that I do not want you to overlook. So because of that, you know I got you. I'm gonna show you exactly how to create a persona in this video. Social media, it thrives on trends, and the algorithm favors content that aligns with what's hot at the moment. So if you already see advertisers using trending styles like POVs or testimonials, and those ads are gaining millions of views, do not ignore that. One thing you're gonna realize real quick when you're running ads is it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about taking what's proven to work for others and make it work even better for you and your business. Now this This is not something a lot of people talk about. Emotion is the secret sauce to making your content memorable and for it to go crazy viral. Now, whether you're making your audience laugh, making them motivated, or creating something relatable, connecting with their emotions encourages them to engage with your content. Now, you want to know what's going to happen after they feel emotion and engage with your content? They're going to do one of the most important things to have one of your paid ads gain so much organic traffic, and that's by hitting the share button, where that viewer is sharing that ad with their friends and family. So you're reaching an even wider audience without spending any extra money. And finally, if you don't tell people what to do next, they won't do anything. Human psychology knows that if you give somebody a direction, they are more profound to actually follow that. So having a call to action on your ad is a way of directing your audience, whether it's to visit your website, to use a discount code, or to follow your account. So a clear, compelling call to action, this is what helps make sure that viewers don't just keep scrolling, but actually take that next step towards becoming a customer. By focusing on these essential elements, you're setting your ads up for success, not in just getting views, but in driving real results for your business. Now that you got the blueprint for what makes a successful ad, it is time to jump into what you all been waiting for, creating your viral ad. Let's get into it. Look, I've been trying to tell you guys, with the tools that are available to you guys right now, it really doesn't matter what type of experience that you have when it comes to creating ads, because there's platforms like CapCut Commerce Pro that are literally gonna do about 90% of the work for you. That means that anyone from any background who wants to come into the dropshipping game and start making money, you absolutely can. And that's something that you really need to take advantage of. Because whenever I first started dropshipping, if you didn't have the budget to get ads created for you, you just had to figure it out until you did. I was ordering my products from Amazon, getting them delivered, and trying to create ads that back then I thought were good, but that I know today would have had me struggling to even get one customer to my store. Now fast forward, with years of experience and millions of dollars generated online, I'm gonna show you how to create an ad that has the potential to help you drive traffic in just a matter of minutes with the tools that you have on the market right now. And if you wanna follow along with me, I'm gonna go ahead and drop CapCut Commerce Pro in the description down below for you to start making your own ads too. All right, let's go ahead and start making an ad that has everything that you need to go viral using the key points that I gave you earlier. Right when you get to the landing page, the first thing you're gonna see is the one-click video generator, which is what I'm talking to you about when I tell you that CapCut completely changed the game when it comes to making ads. All you have to do is enter in the store URL from TikTok Shop, Shopify, or Amazon, and the ad creation process is going to get started right away. But even if you don't have a URL for your product, you can add in your assets and descriptions manually if you click this link down below. But since I already have the store URL, I'm gonna go ahead and drop that link right in here and get started on the ad. Now that this is inputted, I'm gonna go ahead and click on generate. This is gonna be the next screen that you're gonna see. Here you can go ahead and highlight your product name and highlight your product's features. As you can see, it's already gonna input some product features based off of what is scanned from the competitor's website. And you can fully come in here, customize, and add anything extra that you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple more in here. Next, you're gonna come down to the promo details. I'm gonna go ahead and make the original price around the price that I wanna sell the product at. Now the next screen you're gonna see is manage media. And this is gonna take all the product photos, the product description photos, and all images that the competitor had on their website, allowing you to utilize these images directly inside your ad. But say you wanna add in your own images and your own assets, it's very simple. You're gonna upload it from your phone, your device, Google Drive, or any of the assets that are currently available. Now I would recommend clicking on this auto enhance button to make your images as clear as possible. Once that's done, go ahead and click on next. Now you're in the customized video section. And this is one of the craziest parts about CapCut Commerce Pro. As in this section, you're able to do something that you can never do before, which is use AI avatars and AI voices to speak and talk about your product and how well it's working for others. As you guys know, UGC content has been going crazy over the last couple years, and it's kind of difficult to find somebody that can do this UGC content if you don't have anybody readily available. But this solves that problem, because it's gonna bring a real life person with a real life voice talking about the product and what is done for them. And the best part is they give you multiple different people that you can work with. If you click on this view all button, you can see all the different avatars that can talk about your product. So just like we talked about earlier, knowing your buying persona, when you know this person, you can basically match them with one of these avatars. But say you don't feel that confident, that's gonna be okay as well, because you can scroll right back up to the top and click on Smart Match. Now what Smart Match is going to do is it's going to choose the best type of avatar and the best type of voice that's gonna be correlated the best with your product and the audience that resonates with it. So for avatar, I'm gonna do Smart Match, and I'm gonna do the exact same for voiceover. And then click on Generate Now, and as you can see, it is currently generating the videos. And just like that, I mean, look at how many ads were created. You have all types of different ads, from special deals to product highlights, promo teasers, and so much more. And look at the type of person that they're putting in these ads. Basically showcasing women between the ages of 20 and 30. And we're gonna talk about buying personas in a little bit, but they're doing a great job with their AI showcasing this. And as you can see, it gave me a nice amount of ads to choose from just from the information that we gave the ad generator. Now that we got these back, I'm gonna go ahead and look over a few of them real quick so that you can see what I'm working with before I start editing.
For Monday, snack snagged the Mush Baby backpack by Supreme Ecom for just $9.95 with free shipping.
Just scored the Mush Baby backpack by Supreme Ecom, originally $39.99, now only $9.95 plus free shipping.
I kind of like this ad right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and customize this a little bit more. So I'm gonna come down over here and click on quick edit. You can see that these ads are at really good starting points, especially if you've never created an ad in your life. But to really amplify them to what we need in order to go viral, we're gonna go in and make some minor edits. Let me go ahead and show you how. Now in this section, you can customize everything that the AI avatar is talking about. So say you don't like some of the things that they're saying. That's perfectly fine, you can change that. To do that, you're gonna come over here and click on the edit script and then click on this edit button, as I just did. Once you're done editing that, go ahead and click on save. Next, you can go ahead and change your caption style. Say you don't like the font that they're showing in the ad. It's very simple to change. Come down over here to click on change caption style and choose whatever type of caption style you want. I'm gonna go ahead and choose this one for example. And it doesn't stop there because you can edit it even more. Just come over here and click on edit more. And now this screen, if you've ever used CapCut before, is a screen that you're probably familiar with. This is where you can go in and really start adding in those special touches that you want. So for this ad, the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna change the first image. So as I told you guys earlier, the hook is the most important, so I really wanna highlight that in my ad. So to upload my own media, I'm gonna come over here and click on media, click on upload, upload file. Now that this is uploaded, I'm gonna go ahead and drag it right at the front of the ad. Now check out this hook from what we just saw before.
This is a must-have for all new mothers. This has saved my baby from hurting themselves hundreds of times. This Baby Head Protect, originally $69. $99, now only.
So I'm gonna go ahead and fix a little bit of this verbiage, but that first image is way better than what it was before, as it's immediately grabbing your attention, showcasing why somebody would buy the product, because they don't want to deal with this issue, and this product is gonna solve that problem of the issue of your baby falling over and potentially hurting themselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix this audio real quick. So I'm gonna scroll down and click on the avatar themselves. Now when you click on the avatar, you're gonna see right here on the right hand side, the script is gonna go ahead and show up. So you can completely change the script if you want, or just revise what's already in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch a couple of these words out. Now I like the avatar's positioning, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it just a little bit smaller by clicking on it and dragging her down to the bottom left corner. And also I do like adding sound effects to ensure that I can highlight the product price in any type of sales that I have currently going on. So to do this, I'm gonna come down over here and click on audio, sound effects, and I'm gonna go ahead and type in bell ding or something that can make a sound that can grab your attention. I like this right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag it right where I put the product pricing. Now let's go ahead and check it out.
Head Protect, originally $69.
Hey, not too bad, right? And now the last step is adding in the end screen. I'm gonna come back over here and click on upload, upload file, drag this to the end of the video, click on text, add a heading. Now let's go ahead and check out the final version of this ad, and I'm gonna go ahead and break it all down for you. So as you see, the number one thing that I'm trying to do is get the user to watch past 3 seconds. And you can see with this first clip, the toddler is falling off and hurting themselves, grabbing your attention right away. Because as a new parent, you never wanna see this happen. And I'm matching it up with this woman and the corresponding audio that comes with it, saying, mothers, you would do anything to protect your little one. And what's crazy is that's all AI. I mean, this woman and her voice is not real at all. So I'm starting the ad with highlighting the problem, and then I'm immediately giving the solution right after that with my product being that. And I want you to see how everything is correlated, from the visuals to the audio to the text on the screen. Same with audio. This is a must-have to be able to save my baby. Having a text saying how to protect your baby's head when they fall backwards, and then visually showing how the product is doing that. And you have to understand that there's gonna be 2 types of people who are watching your ads. Some who have audio on and some who have audio off. And you have to appeal to both types of people. So starting off with the hook, grabbing their attention, and then giving my product as a solution, the next thing I'm doing is giving a quick highlight of the deal that I'm offering. Saying how it was originally $69.99 and now it is $39.99, grabbing that user attention again and re-engaging them saying, hey, I'm giving you a great sale. And then following up with that with more highlights and features and benefits of the product. Doing this to show off all the different things that the product can offer, but also just re-enhancing the consumer to keep thinking that this is something that they are going to need. And I want you to hear what I said, something they need and not just want. So hitting this first feature and benefit of this backpack is made of ultra soft Aussie cotton, and then visually showcasing that inside the ad itself. And then I want you to see this next visual that says cool fabric and soft velvet, and then breaking down that it has high quality cotton. And you want to know why I put this in the ad is because the #1 comment on my competitor's ad was so many people asking what material is used in this. That alone was one thing that I could do to stand out from my competitors, was answering people's questions they have before they even have them. So I'm going through the features and benefits, I'm talking about how it's super easy to put on. Now that I made it through the features and benefits, I'm now going into the variants of the product.
There's also plenty of different styles to match all of their little outfits.
So you hear in the audio, there's multiple different variants to match multiple different outfits that they're wearing. I'm putting this on the screen so you can see in the imagery, and then I have it on the text on the screen as well, saying 30 plus other variants. Now, one of the last things that I do in my ad is reiterate the issue one more time to really get them to understand I am here to solve your problem, which is why you're seeing the baby falling over again and gracefully hitting their head, because I want them to really understand that this isn't just something that they want, but it's something that they need. And then I'm finishing my ad off strong with a clear call to action, saying sales ending soon. I've already highlighted the sale earlier in the ad as well. And then I'm telling them to go ahead and click on shop now to get theirs today. Focusing on this type of format, this is how you get a winning creative every time. And I spent all of maybe like 10 minutes getting this together. And this is an ad that definitely has some potential behind it. We're catching their attention right from the jump. The message is clear and taps into the emotion of the end viewer. And we have a clear call to action. So overall, I think we're good to go. But you guys let me know some feedback in the comment section, and if you think CapCut Commerce Pro would be a useful tool for you. So at this point, we just created an ad that has a high potential to go viral in literally minutes. But what if I told you that there's another way for you to get viral ads without you having to do any of the work yourself? For those of you who have a bit more budget to work with and want to save time, Supreme Ecom Ads is going to be the perfect way to get viral ads created so that you can focus on what matters most: scaling your business. With my service, you'll get high converting video ads, photo ads, or UGC content created by professional content creators who've been working in the e-commerce space for years and know exactly what it takes to generate results. These are the same creators using these proven strategies for their own 7-figure brands. So you're not just getting cookie cutter ads, you're getting content created by experts who know what works. I suggest getting the Hyper Boost package, which is gonna get you 3 viral videos, 4 photo ads, and everything else that you're seeing with a turnaround time of 2 to 3 days and unlimited revisions. But because you made it this far in this video, I'm gonna give you a special discount of $10 off any package if you use the code ALEX10 at checkout. But with that being said, I wanna show you how to get the best content possible using the service and while making content in general. So as soon as you get your ads back, you know they're gonna be ready to run. That all starts with making a pros and cons list and identifying the persona that you're gonna be marketing to. So let's go ahead and look into this baby head protector ad and start breaking it down. So what we're gonna do right now is identify the ideal persona for this product and analyze the pros and cons of the current ad that's already performing well. By doing this, we're gonna figure out exactly how to improve from our competitors and position ourselves to dominate the market. Now, this process right here is key because again, it's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about taking what's already working, tweaking it, and making it work even better for you. So after watching this video, there's definitely some great pros and some cons that I would change. Starting off with the pros, let's go ahead and check out this beginning. As you can see, it's immediately catching the interest of first-time parents and making them interested in any advice that the lady in the video has. It's showing actual use of the product by having a mom putting it on a smiling baby. It's tugging at people's emotions by having a smiling baby, soft music playing in the background, and making sure that the baby's outfit matches the product's colors. Now, these clips aren't short, but they're also not too long either, so the audience doesn't have time to get bored of watching the same thing. Because you have to remember, people have very short attention spans nowadays. I also like how there's a link to the product page in the caption, and the copy is somewhat compelling. Now, just as there is pros, let's go ahead and break down the cons so that we can wipe out our competition. Alright, so the call to action is somewhat there by the creative urgency, but it's not very strong, and it really doesn't tell the viewer what to do or where to go next. There's also no clear, high quality visuals that show the product itself without any distracting factors on the screen. Now, I know that this product solves a problem, but the ad, it doesn't show a wow factor to keep the viewer engaged. And this could easily be done if they just go into more detail of the features and benefits of the product. Now let's talk about the persona, aka the person who might be interested in buying this product. After scanning this competitor's comment section, it's pretty clear who this buying persona is. It's young moms or first-time parents, typically women between the ages of 20 to 30. This woman is somebody who would do anything to protect their baby. And if they see an ad online that's gonna protect their baby, they will do anything to go ahead and buy that product. And the main emotion that this person has on a day-to-day basis is being a great mom and keeping their baby protected and secure. That's all they care about. Now that we finished with the buying persona and your pros and cons list is done, this is how you're gonna make sure that you can always get or create ads that are literally meant to convert your ideal buyer and put money into your pockets. We're inching closer and closer to running ads that bring in results. But first, we gotta lay the foundation. If you're just starting out, this next section is gonna walk you through how to set up and optimize your ad account so you can actually start converting, even if you're starting from zero. And for those of you who are a step ahead and already have some data, you could jump to the next section where I'll be breaking down proven ad strategies to help you hit those life-changing sales right away. Either way, stick with me, because those strategies help you bring in consistent sales, but more important, consistent profit are coming. Alright, so when you're first starting to run ads on your new ad account, your account just isn't built to help you convert quite yet. For example, someone who has run ads before and built up their data, they may try to start selling new workout leggings that are hot on the market right now. Well, because they've already received data from previously running ads, Meta can calculate who the ideal person is to direct their ads to. Let's say women ranging from 18 through 35 who have shown interest in running. Now, once they publish these new ads for the leggings, Meta is able to help them create conversions regardless of their targeting solely because they already have data built up. But you won't have that luxury right away, even if you were to put out the same ads. Meta has to go through a learning process to understand where to push these ads, meaning less conversions, but more data building. And we all start this process in the same boat. But with what I'm about to show you in this video, you're gonna have all the strategies that will help your ad account quickly build data and streamline your path to making conversions. Now, there are ways that you can assist as the advertiser with detailed targeting and such, which we will get into in a little bit. But overall, you simply need to be aware that while starting off with a brand new ad account, there's a learning period that you'll have to go through. But this doesn't mean it will never work out for you or it'll take forever to make sales. Because I'm about to show you exactly what you should be doing in order to start building your data and increasing conversions as quickly as possible. And that all starts with warming up your actual Facebook account. If Facebook isn't an app that you use consistently, then you'll want to make sure that you head into the platform and interact more consistently. This is going to force Facebook's AI to identify you as a human, so you don't get an immediate restriction the moment that you open up your Facebook ad account. To help warm up your ad account, all you have to do is just head into the platform and interact normally. Stop and watch videos, like, comment, and post on your account. Do everything that you would normally do while scrolling on social media. Then once you've done this over the span of a couple of days, it's time to open up your ad account if you haven't already. Now, because you're starting off on an empty ad account, you don't want to just jump in and start running ads that are optimized for conversions. If you do that, you're going to be spending money without producing any type of result because Meta has no idea where to push your ads quite yet, meaning that they're going to be pushed to anybody and everybody. Open up a new ad account and jumping right into running conversion campaigns is like waking up one day and deciding that you want to become a long distance runner, even though you haven't spent any time training to run. Because before you can start running 4, 5, 6 miles at a time, you have to first spend time trying to walk long distances, then jogging them until you can finally run long distances. This same concept goes for running ads. Before you can start scaling, you have to train your ad account to get there. And the best and easiest way to start that off is with engagement campaigns, also known as PPE campaigns. A page post engagement campaign, or a PPE campaign, is gonna allow you to get your page warmed up, allowing users to start interacting with your business page. The goal of an engagement campaign is not to make sales, but to allow Meta to start learning the type of users that are interested in your brand without having to spend an arm and a leg to get that information, allowing you to gain hundreds to thousands of followers for a very cheap cost so that you can build that visibility and trust when a customer does come to your Facebook page. These interactions are what's gonna help your pixel learn who your potential audience is to get one step closer to making conversions. So to set up your PPE campaign for page engagement, you're going to come over here and click on Create, Engagement, and then click Continue, Manual Engagement Campaign, then click Continue again. Now I want to go ahead and name it. I named it PPE Page Post Engagement. Now you're not going to change anything else on the screen, so go ahead and click on Next. Now we're on the ad set level. I went ahead and named the ad set name Engagement Ad Set 1 Facebook page. Now in this section where it says conversion, we want to go ahead and change this from messaging apps to Facebook page, where you see the performance goal being maximize number of page likes. Right under that, you want to go ahead and select your Facebook page. Now for daily budget, you want to go ahead and set this up for $10 a day. Now let's go ahead and make the start date the following day, starting at midnight, so you can get a full day's worth of spend. You truthfully only need this campaign running for like 2 to 3 days, so you can set an end date if you want, or just go ahead and turn it off manually. Now if you just want it to be automatic, then just go ahead and click on set an end date, and then just make it 3 days out at midnight. So now you see it's being ran for 3 days. For a PPE campaign for locations, you want to go ahead and do worldwide. This is going to ultimately bring you in the cheapest traffic overall, and that's all you're looking for here. You're not looking for purchases, you're not looking for buyer behavior here, you're just simply looking for engagement. And anytime that you're doing page engagement, the cheaper the better. And then right after that, that's basically all you're going to do on the ad set level. Now we're going to come to the ad level. You want to go ahead and name the ad name. I named it Engagement Ad 1. Next, you're going to go ahead and select your Facebook page that you want to run this engagement to, and this needs to be the Facebook page that is associated with your Shopify website. You can come down, you can add media. Here, the media really doesn't matter at all, as again, you're not trying to drive any traffic from the media. Go ahead and put a product image here or the logo of your store. For this example, we're going to go ahead and do the logo, so we're going to go ahead and upload this logo. After it's uploaded, you should see it right in the account images, and then click on Done. Next, for your primary text, you want to go ahead and keep this broad and just kind of enhancing what the mission of your business is. So I went ahead and inputted your one-stop shop for all your everyday needs. Then right after you added the image and the primary text, you're going to come down over here and click on Publish. Now this campaign, like I said earlier, is going to run for 2 to 3 days, spending right around $30 to give you the data and the followers that you need. So just as important as the do's while starting a new ad account is the don'ts. I've made the mistakes, I've seen the mistakes be made, and I know how costly they can be. So listen up and don't make these same mistakes if you want to be successful while advertising on a new ad account. And arguably the most important is do not, I repeat, do not open up a brand new Facebook account to start an ad account on. Facebook will automatically tag you as a bot, and you will endure restriction after restriction. You need to open up an ad account on a Facebook profile that has been active for at least 2 years and has been in use. If that's not something that you have, you can ask your closest friends or family members to use their ad account and then connect your Facebook page as an admin for that ad account. This will ultimately allow you to control and run ads from your account without having to constantly log into your account. Now, there are options out there to purchase ad accounts, but utilizing a friend or family member, this is gonna help you get started without investing too much money up front. The next mistake that you wanna avoid is only testing out one type of content when it comes to the ads that you're running. Different ads are gonna produce different results. And in the game of selling online, content is everything. You don't have to just test video ads. Carousel and picture ads should be thrown into testing too. Next is limiting yourself to a one campaign strategy. See, what a lot of beginners don't realize is that one ad account isn't the same as the next. So where one of my ad accounts, CBO campaigns may work extremely well and convert how I need, as the next ad account may perform better with an ABO campaign. And testing different ad strategies is the only way to figure out which one is going to give you the best results. And lastly, the biggest mistake that you can make is giving up on advertising the moment that something doesn't work for you the first time around. I've seen this happen time and time again, and once you do that, this definitely means that you'll never give yourself the opportunity to reach the results that my students are obtaining every single day, simply because they have never given up. This right here is the part that you've all been waiting for. The exact ad strategies that I've used to generate millions of dollars in sales and that have helped hundreds of thousands of others do the same. But here's where it gets even better. If you stay until the very end of this video, you'll hear the story of one of my students who went from having 0 sales to over $1 million in just 9 months as a complete beginner, where he was then able to leave his 9-to-5 job, buy his mom a house, and transform his entire life just by learning and implementing the exact strategies that you're about to learn right here, right now. Before we get into the ad strategies, I want to make sure that you have your columns set up so that you can make sure that you're seeing the most important data while running ads. So let's go ahead and set those up real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the breakdown of what each data point means and why it's important to the success of your ad campaigns. All right, so to set up your columns, you're going to come over here to your ads manager, click on columns, scroll down and click on customize columns. Then come in here and delete everything besides ad set and delivery. So now let's go ahead and get this set up. We're first going to go ahead and choose reach, then impressions, and then frequency. We're then going to do video average play time and videos played at 95%. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the ranking. We're going to go ahead and choose quality ranking, engagement ranking, and conversion rate ranking. Now let's go ahead and get into the front end metrics. This is going to be cost per click, click-through rate link click, CPM or cost per 1,000 impressions, and then link clicks. Now that we're done with the front end metrics, let's go ahead and get into the back end. This is going to be add to cart cost and then add to cart total. Once you select the total add to cart, you do want to come over here and uncheck all these other boxes. Now go into checkouts initiated, cost, and total. Uncheck all the ones under that as well. Then we're going to do purchases and click on total. Uncheck that off. Then amount spent, budget, then do cost per purchase, value of purchase, and total ROAS. Come back over here to the right side and uncheck everything off. Once all of that is set up, you do want to make sure that you save it. So come down over here and click on Save as Column Preset, and then you can go ahead and name that anything that you want. Then go ahead and click on Apply. Then once you're done, you should see all of your columns set up just like this. Okay, so now that you have your columns set up, I want to give you some insights of what each of these data points mean and how they're going to apply to you while running ads. And remember, I have all of this in this cheat sheet document, and I'm also going to add to this document 5 winning trending products that I validated myself. And you're gonna go ahead and get this when this video reaches 2,000 likes. At the end of the day, understanding your metrics is absolutely crucial. It's what allows you to allocate your budget effectively, investing more where the data shows potential for growth, and scaling back where performance isn't meeting expectations. So you're maximizing every dollar without wasting money. So let's take a look at each key metric. Starting off with reach, this is the number of people who saw your ad at least once. And next is impressions, which is the number of times that your ads were on screen. And frequency is the number of times that each person has seen your ad. So to calculate frequency, all you do is use impressions and you divide it by reach. So if you saw my ad twice, then the impressions would be 2, the reach would be 1, which would give us a frequency of 2. And with your frequency score, you want this to be around 1.1 to 1.4 max. Keeping that goal with your frequency is going to let you know that you're getting the best bang for your buck with your ads. Basically meaning that the same person is not going to be seeing your ads multiple times in a row, allowing you to target new people every time that your ad is seen. Following that, you have the video average play time, which is just the average time that someone's watching your ad. And if videos played at 95% is how many people are watching your ad 95% through. And knowing that metric is important because if you have an ad that majority of people are watching all the way through, you're more inclined to get even more purchases. And with the video average play time, with the ad that's typically around 30 seconds, you want this to be between 7 and 10 seconds. Next, we have cost per click all and cost per link click. And with cost per click all, this is basically them just clicking anywhere on your ad. This could be your description, this could be your comment section, this could be them just clicking to watch the video at all, which differentiates from cost per link click, which is the amount that it costs for you to get a link click. And a link click is them either clicking on your website URL or your call to action button. And with cost per click, you typically want to be between 50 cents and $1. With cost per link click, you want to be between $1 and $1.25. Next, you have click-through rate and click-through rate link click. Click-through rate is a very simple equation, just taking the amount of people who saw your ad divided by the amount of people who have actually clicked into watching your ad. So impressions divided by clicks all. While click-through rate link click is the number of people who saw your ad and performed a link click. Both of these, the higher the better. And I typically like to look for a 2.5 to 3% click-through rate or more. Next, you have CPM, or cost per 1,000 impressions. This is based off of the average cost that a marketer would spend to get 1,000 impressions. A very simple equation, just amount spent divided by impressions. Depending on the product price, you do want this to be between $10 and $20. And think about it like this, if you have a low CPM, you're gonna get a high return on investment. A high CPM is going to be a low return on your investment. So the lower you can get, the better. Next, you have cost per add to cart and cost per checkout initiated, which is very simple. As a marketer, how much is it costing for you to get an add to cart and for a checkout initiated? Then you have cost per purchase, which is very similar. How much as a marketer is it costing for you to get a purchase? And out of all of the metrics, the most important one is always going to be ROAS, or return on ad spend. Think of ROAS very similar to your ROI. How much return are you getting on your initial investment? But here, it's just how much return are you getting on your ads. So simply, this is the total return on ad spend from your purchases. Now with this metric, the higher the ROAS, the better. Because the higher it is, the more profit that you're making. I can't stress enough how important these metrics are. Because this is a data-driven game. Meaning that you really don't have to guess too much to know what is working versus what is not. As with the data, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And you're always gonna be guided into the right direction to know how to fix your own problems or to double down on things that are already working for you. Your first step to help you know that you're gonna enter in the market and immediately start driving profitable traffic is with a testing campaign called creative testing. A creative testing campaign lets you test out different types of ads against each other at a lower cost, helping you identify the best performing combination without having to spend hundreds of dollars just to figure out what works. And let me say, one of the biggest mistakes that beginners make is jumping into the market with whatever ads that they can find, even copying competitor ads without first understanding if they actually work. And remember, data is your ultimate guide to what's effective and what isn't. So my biggest advice, do not rush the process. Take the time to follow the steps that I'm about to show you so you can avoid wasting time right out the gate and set yourself up for success. So to set up your creative testing campaign, you're gonna first come over here to your ads manager and click on create. Then go down to sales and then click on continue, and then manual sales campaign, and then click continue again. We're gonna go ahead and name this a creative testing campaign. You do wanna scroll down and turn off this Advantage Plus catalog ads, and that's basically all you're gonna do on the campaign level. Now let's click right under the campaign level and go to the ad set level. And we're gonna name this first ad set video 1. For conversion location, do website. For performance goal, you always wanna do maximize number of conversions. Scroll down, select your data set /pixel, and then click on your conversion event, which we always wanna do purchase. Now as we scroll down, we wanna make the daily budget $20. Now are you gonna spend the full $20? No, you're not, but I got you in a second, just be patient. Come down to start date, and we wanna do the following night at midnight. Then we wanna come down to locations, and we wanna do the top 5 countries. United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. So I'm gonna go ahead and input those real quick. Now that we have the countries inputted, we are done with the ad set level. Now let's click right under the ad set to go to the ad level. And we're gonna go ahead and name this the same as our ad set name. Scroll down, go ahead and select your Facebook page. For creative source, make sure it says manual upload. Format, single image or video. I turn off multi-advertisers ads. Then here where it says add creative, go ahead and click on video ad. This is gonna be the first screen that you see. Come straight over here to text, and then write out your primary text, your headline, and your description. Now, mind you, I am no copywriter, and I'm assuming majority of you guys watching right now are not copywriters either. But here, you should not be reinventing the wheel. You should be focused on what's working for others and allow it to work for you. To do that, I wanna head over here to Facebook Ad Library and currently see what's working on the market. This competitor here has multiple different ads being ran at the same time, as you can see, and each one of them are being scaled with multiple different ads in use. So that's telling me that they're spending a good amount of money advertising this product, and again, who's gonna be spending that type of money unless they are making money back in return? Knowing that this is the competitor I wanna base myself off of, the next thing I need to do is just use my resources to my advantage. So I'm gonna copy their ad copy, as well as their headline and their description. And then I took all of that text and inputted it right here on ChatGPT and said something like, this is my competitor's ad copy, headline, and description. Take 90% of what's working for them and sauce it up by 10% to allow me to stand out from my competitors. And now, in only a couple moments, without any copywriting experience, I have all the text that I need for my ad. From here, just go ahead and copy it, come back to your ad, and then put it in the primary text, the headline, and the description. And one thing I love about Facebook's AI is they give you so many different variations of things that you can work with. After inputting that ad copy, Facebook already generated me even more versions, and they did that for each section of text. Once all of that's inputted, you want to scroll down and click on call to action, and you always want to do shop now. After inputting all that text, you want to come down over here to media, click on upload, and then here's where you're going to upload your first video ad. Then once it's done, you should see it in this media library. Go ahead and click on next, next again. I do like turning on this add video filter, and then click on done. Now that we have the video uploaded, the next thing you're going to go ahead and do is input your thumbnail. So come back over here and click on edit media again. edit video, click on thumbnail. Now there's two things you can do here. First is click on automatic and let it just choose the best thumbnail that's already found inside of your video, which I'm not against at all because Facebook's AI tool is extremely smart. Or you can come over here and click on manual, and as you can see, it's gonna clip up multiple different seconds of your video. So you can go in and manually choose what part of the video you want to be your thumbnail. But if you do have your own customized thumbnail and you don't want to use the ones in the video, all you're gonna do is come over here and click on manual, click on upload, upload again, and then here you can go ahead and choose your customized thumbnail. Once it's done uploading like this, you go ahead and click on continue and then save. And now that's gonna be the thumbnail, the first thing that people are gonna see before watching the ad itself. So now at this point, you have uploaded your video, your thumbnail, ad copy, headline, and primary description text. After that's finished, you wanna come down over here to the destination. Now in the website URL section, here you do not wanna input the homepage URL. You want to input the product page URL so you're leading customers directly to the product page itself. And now you officially have your first ad done. But we're doing creative testing, which involves testing multiple different creatives against each other to figure out which one's going to perform the best. And with your creative testing campaign, you do want to mix and match this with all types of different content, from videos to carousels to still images, so you can figure out what truthfully works the best. And you should be testing out with 5 creatives minimum every single time that you test out a product. This is what's gonna give you the best chance of success. So to test out other creatives, we're gonna come back over here to the ad set level. We're gonna go to our first creative and then click on these 3 dots and then click on duplicate. And since we wanna do 5 minimum, we're gonna do number of copies being 4. Now let's head into our first duplicated ad. And this one, we're gonna go ahead and name it video 2. On the ad set level, we are not gonna change anything at all. We're gonna come straight over here to the ad level, also name it video 2, scroll down, click on edit media, change video, come down to media again. Now here, you wanna go ahead and upload your second video. Same way that we did it previously. Once it's uploaded, go ahead and click on next. And just like the ad set level, nothing on the ad level is gonna change besides the creative itself. And the reason behind this is because you want a solution with your data. And the solution you're looking for is which piece of content is going to work the best for you. But if you're testing out multiple different creatives with different types of ad copies and descriptions, and you're just mixing and matching everything, you're never gonna know what truthfully is working for you or not. So with creative testing, you only test out one variable at a time, which is always gonna be your creative itself. Now that we have video 2 uploaded, let's go to the next ad set. We're gonna name this video 3, again, not change anything at all, and then go ahead and upload our third ad. Now, just as important as running video ads and testing them out against each other is the same with picture ads and carousel too. You wanna be a well-versed marketer, and when you're testing out a product for the first time, you don't know what creatives are gonna resonate with your audience the best. So instead of changing this to video 4, I'm gonna go ahead and name this still image 1. And this is gonna be where I test out my first picture ad. So this time what we're gonna go ahead and do is delete this media, come over here and click on add media, add image, come down to media, upload, and then you're gonna go ahead and upload your first image. Not changing anything else, you officially have your first picture ad done. And the last step is to get your carousel set up. So come down to the last ad set variation, we're gonna go ahead and name this carousel, go to the ad level and name it the same, and at the section at the top where it says format, take off single image or video and go ahead and click on carousel. Here, you can upload different videos, different images, or you can mix and match both. I'm gonna click on add images, upload my images, and now each image or video that you add in your carousel, they will have their own specific headline and description. You can mix and match different headlines and descriptions here, or you can keep them all congruent, that's up to you. But you just wanna make sure you add it to every single media inside your carousel. So as you can see, this is the first carousel card. I have finished the headline and the description for that. Now I need to go ahead and click on the second one, and then follow the same format for that and the third one. I went ahead and added in the same headline and description across each one of the cards in the carousel. And then once you have all of that set up, it should look just like this, where you have multiple different videos, a still image, and a carousel set up in your creative testing campaign. Once all of that's finished, come down over here and click on publish. So since you've just published this campaign, now you have your creative testing campaign set up. And you remember how I told you a little bit ago that each one of these budgets are set at $20, but you're not gonna spend the full budget? Well, what you're really gonna do is let each one of these ads run to right around $5 to $10 each. And the reason I have it set at $20 isn't necessarily because I'm gonna go ahead and spend that, but because I wanted to spend quick to get me results quick. So once you spend around $5 to $10 across each ad set, you're gonna have the data that you need in order to know which ads are gonna perform the best for you on the market and which ones that you should just scratch completely. So when your creative test is finished running, the key metrics that you're gonna be looking for is your click-through rate to be 2.5% or more. You want your cost per 1,000 impressions to be between $10 and $20 or less. And you want your cost per link click to be $1.25 or less. Now with your cost per click, you want this to be between 50 cents and $1, and your average video watch time being between 6 and 8 seconds or more. This campaign, if you remember, is set up to start running at midnight the following night. So basically by the time that I wake up in the morning, I will already know which creatives are gonna do the best for me. Now let me go ahead and pull up an old creative testing campaign of mine to give you a real life example of what you need to be looking for. and how you're gonna decide which creative test is gonna be the winner and which ones you should not be moving forward with. And as you can see, I tested out 6 videos total. Now the main thing I'm looking for in this creative testing campaign again is always going to be purchases. And you're gonna notice that I got 3 purchases, 1 with video 4 and 2 with video 5. And once this campaign was launched, once all these ads spent right around $5 to $7 each, those were the only 2 that had any added carts at all, which is why you're seeing videos 1, 2, 3, and 6 already turned off very early on. At the $5 mark, if I don't see an ad set have an add to cart, I'm simply just going to cut it. And that's exactly what I did. And I ended up letting video 5 and video 4 run for the entire day. And mind you, I made that decision at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and already knew that 4 out of the 6 ads that I was running were not gonna work for me. But I still had 2 left. So I continued to let this run for the rest of the day. Now, as mentioned earlier, video 5 had 2 purchases, bringing me close to 12 times back my return on my investment. Where you can see video 4 had 1 purchase, bringing me back 2.83 times my investment. Both are profitable and both a great sign. So what did I do? I ended up moving forward with both of them. Because if something's giving me purchases and is profitable, I'm always gonna give it a chance. But what I will say is once I did launch that next campaign, I was putting more budget towards video 5 because look at that return. And overall, I want you to really take what I'm about to say in consideration. If you look at this campaign, I spent $67 to make $300 back in return, meaning that I only spent $67 to figure out how I can compete in the market, and I was profitable while doing so. This is why content is king and data is queen. Because out the gate, if you get this data and you already know how to compete against your competitors with a strong piece of content, you will win every time. Because of how we set up this creative test, you can now take the winning creative and put it right into a cold audience campaign to start maximizing on what's working for you. And a cold audience campaign is where you're gonna be targeting your ads towards different interests. This is gonna be likely the first time that consumers are introduced to your brand or your product, which is why this is considered a cold audience. Now, while you're testing out different interests and audiences that are likely to buy your product, you're gonna start to see some of them react well to your ads and lead to more sales, while others just don't work out for you at all. And let me be the first one to tell you, it is very normal for not every audience to like your product. But that is okay because that's how data is gonna work to our advantage. And that's what's really gonna help you identify where to scale and where to pull back on spending. As the goal here is to build out an entire campaign packed with interests that are consistently bringing in sales. Just like this cold audience campaign that I made while selling this heated leg massager, where I spent a little over $1,400 testing out all these different interests to make close to $3,600 back in return, almost 2.43 times my investment, getting close to 42 sales in less than a month. Trust me, having a high quality, good product like this that solves a problem for people by eliminating leg tension and leg pain, this goes a long way. Because people are gonna feel like they need the product and not just want it. But listen to me when I say this, having an effective and profitable ad strategy to get the product in front of the right audience, this is what's really gonna lead you to success. So as you can see in this campaign, I tested out 20 different interests. Did every single interest work out for me? No, it did not. And that is okay. Out of those 20 different interests, I actually only had 11 out of the 20 that got a purchase. But by knowing how to push more towards things that are working, I was able to make a great return from this. And ultimately, I was able to find a lot of effective interests that I could scale and make even more money from. I mean, for example, look at martial arts, bringing me 16 purchases with getting me close to 2.7 times my return on my investment. And there's others in here that have a 15 return on investment, 6 return on investment, and so on and so forth. So if you keep watching, you're gonna have a complete guide to how you can set up one and have an easier time getting numbers like this and driving the profit that you deserve. So let's set up a cold audience campaign so you can start getting your own results. The first thing you're gonna do is go back to the creative testing campaign that you just set up. Next, you're gonna go into your winning ad that you have found from your creative testing results. You're gonna click on the box next to this, click on duplicate, and then click on new campaign. And we're gonna go ahead and name it cold audience interest testing campaign. And then click on duplicate. Now, because you duplicated it from the creative testing campaign, you should have a lot of what you need on the ad set level set up. So for conversion location, do not change this. Performance goal, do not change this. Data set and conversion event, keep that all the same. Now, before just going straight to the ad set level, there is one major change that we need to make here. And that change is turning this from an ABO into a CBO. An ABO is what you just did in the creative testing campaign, where you set the budget on the ad set level. Now, the CBO is where you're gonna take that budget and you're gonna put it on the campaign level and allow it to spread out across your best performing ad sets. And anytime I'm testing something out for the first time, like cold interests or audiences, I always use a CBO. So to get that set up, you wanna come over here, you wanna scroll down, and where it says Advantage Campaign Budget, go ahead and turn this on. And the starting budget that I recommend here is $100. Now, because we set it at $100, we're gonna go ahead and do 10 different interests. Now, if we would've set the budget at $50, we would do 5 interests. and so on and so forth. So the budget is now set. Now let's head over to the ad set level. Now because we duplicated this off of the creative testing campaign, that is why you're seeing ad set name being called Video 1, because that was our winning creative. But we're gonna go ahead and delete that name as the first thing. Now with conversion location, we're gonna keep this as website. Performance goal, maximize number of conversions. Now with data set, keep the same pixel and the same conversion event of purchase. Now you wanna scroll down and turn the start date to the next day and have it start running at midnight the following night. Now right under that, you're gonna see ad set spending limits. And we wanna go ahead and turn this on and put daily minimum of $5. What this is basically saying is you now have a CBO at $100. You're gonna be doing 10 different ad sets with 10 different interests, and you set the minimum spend at $5. So those 10 different ad sets, they're gonna spend $5 minimum, which is gonna come out to $50. But remember, your campaign is at $100. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna take that other $50 and spread it across the best performing ad sets possible. So you might have some spending $10, $8, $15, but no matter what, they're gonna spend $5. So at least they get a fair spend. Now we're gonna come down to audience. Our countries are still gonna be the top 5 countries. We're gonna do age 21 through 65, all genders. Now in this section, this is where you're gonna start targeting specific audiences of people who would most likely buy your product. Now what Facebook does is it categorizes people into different groups based off of the actions that they're taking on the platform. So for example, if you're engaging with a bunch of different ads from PetSmart, Petco, and all types of different pet toys, they're gonna put you in a categorized demographic of probably being a pet lover. This is what ultimately makes it easier for marketers like me and you to target specific people on their platform and know exactly what interests they like. So let's stick with this leg massager example. Who would buy this product? Well, just off the top of my head, the first thing I'm thinking about is athletes and physical therapy. But let's say that you just cannot think of any at all. Like I always say, use your resources to your advantage. Come back over here to ChatGPT and say, I'm selling this type of product and I'm thinking of demographics, audiences, and interests that I can target with my Facebook ads. What are some suggestions that you have? Here it's giving me fitness and recovery enthusiasts, health and wellness advocates, senior care buyers, and so much more. So let's stick with health and wellness as an example. I typed in health and wellness, and just like that, there's an interest that I can target. And as you can see on this right-hand side, it's gonna give you an estimated audience size of 88 million to 104 million. Now with the interest that you're targeting, you always want each audience size to be 5 million or greater. And really the sweet spot is kind of bigger audiences of 25 to 50 million or more. So this fits that perfect size, so let's go ahead and move forward with it. Now that we selected this interest, we're gonna go ahead and copy this. We're gonna scroll back up to the top of our asset name and click on paste. And now we officially have our first interest that we want to target. After inputting the interest name, you want to scroll down and click on all languages and click on edit. And for languages, we want to do English all because we want the people who see our ads to actually be able to read them too. And then for placements, go ahead and keep it on Advantage Plus placements. And there's nothing that you need to do on the ad level because again, you already just tested out everything that you need on the ad inside of the creative testing campaign. And you officially have your first ad set done inside of your cold audience campaign. But remember, like I said earlier, we have a $100 CBO, so we're gonna be testing out 10 different interests. Well, that means we need to go ahead and duplicate this 9 more times so that we can get a total of 10 interests. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna click on these 3 dots, click on duplicate, do number of copies, 9, and then click duplicate again. Now the main thing that you wanna do here is ensure that only one interest is inside each ad set. As if you do stack multiple on top of each other and it gets a purchase, you won't know what's working and what's not. So here's our second ad set. Let's scroll back down and there's 2 options here. And now you're in a position where you can do 2 things. You can think from the top of your head what other audiences would buy this product, or use ChatGPT and use the resources it provided. Or you can come down over here and click on browse, go to interest, click on the category that makes the most sense with your product. For this example, it will be fitness and wellness. Now that I've chosen that, I'm gonna go ahead and exit health and wellness. Look at the audience size for physical exercise, which is 97 million to 114 million. So that meets our standards. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this, come back over here to the top of the ad set and paste it. Now we're gonna go down to the third ad set. For this one, I chose physical fitness. So I'm gonna take out health and wellness again, check the audience size, which we're good. We're gonna go ahead and copy this and paste it. And we're gonna follow the same format throughout every single one of our ad sets. And just like that, we have now finished our 10 interests. So I want you to look at this campaign where we have a $100 CBO across 10 different interests, all going towards that one winning video. So if you just followed along with me, you're now set up and your ads are gonna be up and running the next day. And being able to identify how well your ads are performing right from the beginning, this is gonna give you the understanding of how the overall campaign will perform. So to get a better read on that data and ensuring that you're making the right data-driven decision, this is a KPI sheet that I give out to all my students. It's made to help give you indicators when it comes to whether or not a product is profitable and when you're deciding on how much you're willing to spend to get that next purchase. So let's take the leg massager as an example. I was selling this product after shipping for $49.99. So that's what I inputted in my average order value. My average cost of goods after shipping was $17. So that's what I put in my average cost of goods section. And for this product, I wanted a profit target of 25%. After inputting that data here on the left, On the right hand side, it's gonna give me all the breakdowns of what I need to be the most profitable with my product. The first thing it's gonna go ahead and do is give you front end metrics to analyze. This is gonna be what we talked about earlier, which is gonna be cost per 1,000 impressions, cost per link click, cost per click, etc. Then as you scroll over a little bit more, it's gonna give you the most important metrics that you need to know, telling you right away what is going to be your break-even cost per purchase. Now, this is extremely important because you never want to overspend on a product unless you're making money back in return. So understanding your break-even is critical for business success. As you can see, it's telling me my break-even cost per purchase is $32.49. That means with that cold audience campaign that we just set up, with each one of these ad sets, if I spend over $32 and I do not get a purchase, I am not profitable with the product, letting me know very clearly what my cutoff metric is. And it's also telling me what my break-even return on ad spend is, which is 1.54. So that's saying anything below that, I'm not making any money from. Anything above that, I'm definitely profiting. And as you can see, this entire campaign had a 2.43 return on ad spend. The break-even was a 1.54, so I was definitely making money from this. And there's multiple assets in here that are giving me 7 to 10 times my investment back, which is absolutely crazy. Now, the next important metric that you want to be looking at is your half break-even cost per purchase. For this example, it is $16.25. And I use this metric to cut things off early and not let things overspend if it's not necessary to do so. So at that half break-even cost per purchase, what the main thing is I want to see is at least one add to cart. If I have an ad set that's at the half break-even cost per purchase and it doesn't have an add to cart, I will turn it off. I will not even let it ride all the way to my break-even cost per purchase because it's probably not worth my money. And if you remember, we're running a CBO. So if I cut things off early, what it's gonna do is spend more budget into what things are actually working for me. Then as you scroll a little bit more over to the right, it's gonna tell you what to do after your first purchase. So what is your second break even, third break even, fourth break even, and so on and so forth. So after you make your first purchase, you're not gonna just let it ride because you made one. You're gonna continue to keep looking at it to make sure that you're staying profitable all throughout the rest of the purchases that you're gonna be getting. And the last thing on the right hand side is your profit target KPIs. Now, if you remember earlier, I said on this product, I wanna make a 25% profit margin. So to get to that profit margin, it's telling me that I need to have my return on ad spend being 2.50, and I need to have my cost per purchase being $20. And if we come back over here to the campaign, you can easily see which ones are bringing me that 25% profit margin and more, and how this overall campaign has basically met this metric. You can see basically here, I was able to accomplish 24% profit margin on this product. Knowing these metrics is key to success, as knowing and having this type of information, it stops you from doing any type of emotional spending, which can easily happen. Hell, it's even happened to me before, but utilizing this can help prevent that and only drive even more profit into your pockets. Because I'm gonna be real with you, before I learned this actual strategy on how to run ads, I didn't know when to move on from a product that wasn't producing results, which overall really impacted my business and me because I kept over investing my time and money all into things that were not working for me. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it, but the data is never going to lie. And these KPIs are there to protect you and ensure that you're staying profitable or just to stop spending overall. Now, when you have a campaign that's giving you the data that you need and is bringing you in sales on interest with a positive ROAS, around the 4th day, you're gonna be able to horizontally and vertically scale it. And once you have an asset that has an interest that's bringing in results like these, for example, martial arts, you can see it has 16 purchases. It spends $600 to make $1,600 in return, bringing me back 2.74 ROAS. And I wanted to scale because of that, because obviously it's profitable. I mean, it had real validation behind it. It had 16 purchases and it was overly profitable. Now, the baseline for me to scale any type of ad set is always going to be 5 purchases or more. So this one was clearly blowing that out the park. So when you see something like this, it is time to start investing more into it so you can start making more in return. What do they say? You gotta spend money to make money, right? Let's talk a little bit more about one of the first ways you can scale, which is horizontal scaling, and what I did with this interest. Horizontal scaling allows you to take the winning ad set and stretch it out more to get even more results. And there's 3 ways that you can do horizontal scaling. The first one is by finding additional interest similar to the one that's already working. This ultimately just helps you discover new profitable audiences to expand your reach and increase sales, and do it based off of something that's already working. The second way is making more duplicates of the winning interest that is already working, keeping the same budget, and just continue to keep pushing towards that. And the third way is by utilizing your data breakdowns. And with data breakdowns, what you're able to do is break down by age and gender, country, mobile device, city, and so much more to find what is actually working in the data and bringing you in the highest return possible. And then taking that winning interest and targeting that specifically. On the other hand, Vertical scaling is all about doubling down on what's already performing. When you've identified an interest generating consistent sales with a positive ROAS, you then increase your budget for that interest to then amplify your results and maximize your profitability. All right, enough of the breakdown. Let me go ahead and show you exactly what I mean. So taking that same winning interest we talked about earlier with martial arts, as you see, it was performing well. So what I did was duplicate that asset and find more audiences that were similar to that. So I came right back over here to ChatGPT and I said, my winning interest right now for this campaign is martial arts. I want suggestions of similar audiences to test based off of what's already working. And look at all the different results it gave. A breakdown of multiple different combat sports and martial arts, general fitness and training, and sports recovery and performance, where each section is giving me like 10 different interests to target. So once I duplicated off of martial arts, those were the interests I was targeting, which as you can see, it gave me physical exercise, sports equipment, World Boxing Council, Taekwondo, combat sport, kickboxing, and so many more similar interests that, as you can see with the ROAS, were all doing really well for me. Now in this campaign, I also had other interests that were doing well too. For example, flower bouquet. Now for this one, I didn't horizontally scale by finding more additional interest. I just continue to keep duplicating it at the same budget. So as I already told you, I'm doing a CBO campaign where I have a $5 minimum spend across each ad set. So after this interest ended up doing well for me, I just duplicated it 10 times inside the same CBO, giving it the exact same budget. So I duplicated this 10 times within the same campaign, and there were multiple that worked. The 10th duplicate gave me 8 purchases, bringing me 3.37 back in return ROAS. The second duplicate gave me 10 purchases. The fourth duplicate gave me 3 purchases, and I was just letting the CBO do the work for me. And the third method that I horizontally scale with is called the breakdown method. As you see, it had 19 purchases, it had 638 spend to bring 1,300 back in return. So anytime that I have an asset that has over 10 purchases and is profitable, I do a breakdown. How you do that is you come over here and click on breakdown, and then you can go to demographics and do age and gender. You can do geography and do country and region. You can do delivery with placement, platform, and impression device, and so much more. And from this ad set, after I broke it down, I noticed that the device iPhone was working well, the city Victoria and Queensland were doing great, and 65 plus male were actually performing the best. So I duplicated off of commuting, and then I just specifically gave that breakdown the only thing that I was targeting. As you see, if I click on the device iPhone and I scroll down to placements, you're not seeing advantage placements like you typically would see. What you're seeing is manual placements, and for this asset, the only device I wanted to target is iOS iPhones, which I set up right here. Doing the same for all the other ad sets. So you guys already know I target the top 5 countries. So because this breakdown was specifically just for Victoria, Australia, that was the only location that I was targeting, which as you can see was giving me some really great purchases. So basically the entire point of horizontal scaling is utilizing your data and allowing it to continue to keep working for you. Finding more similarities with the data with other similar interests, or just doubling down on that specific asset and finding more things within it that can also work. And the only main purpose here is to be able to find even more winning ad sets that you can continue to keep vertical scaling. And I do want to make it clear that the same guidelines that we discussed earlier will apply to these ad sets that you're horizontally scaling. If they're not generating any profits, you'll need to know when it's time to cut them and redirect your budget to what's actually performing. Now, like I said, a lot of the time, if you're ready to start horizontally scaling, you're also ready to start doing some vertical scaling and bringing in even more and more money. Let me go ahead and show you a live example of how that looks. So again, martial arts was going crazy for us, right? And that was working really well in a CBO cold interest testing campaign. So what I wanted to do from here is I wanted to duplicate this into a brand new campaign utilizing an ABO, where I'm putting the budget back on the asset level. And the main focus here was to just push even more budget towards what's already working. So as you can see, I duplicated it 5 times at $20. So there's martial arts vertical scale 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They all have the same budget of $20, which is a higher budget than what we were allocating inside the CBO. And it was working really well for me. This ad set gave me 4 purchases with a 4.12 return on ad spend. Vertical scale 3 was doing well with 2 purchases. I got 1 on this one, 2 on this one, and 5 on this one. So right away, I was like, hey, the $20 budget is doing well. I'm gonna continue to keep vertical scaling and pushing what's working. So I took the best ad set within that budget that had the highest return on ad spend, and then I duplicated off of that at a higher budget, which was the martial arts vertical scale 2 that had the highest return on ad spend. So then I duplicated it 5 more times at $30. And by doing this and letting the $20 budget ones that were working continuously keep working, I was then just getting rid of all the $30 ones that weren't, which ended up only leaving me with 2 out of the 5 $30 ones that were working, that were both bringing me 3 times my investment back in return. So what I do from here, I follow the same pattern. I took the $30 ad set that had the highest ROAS and I duplicated it 5 times at $40, which you can see it did really well. I had this one $40 ad set that spent $99, to bring me $373 back in return. So by doing this and using my KPI calculator, I was able to continue to keep pushing for more profitability and cutting things that were not working for me early on, which led this campaign to spending $569 to bring $1,868 back in return, giving me an average of a 3.28 return on ad spend, which is almost 3 times my investment back. And then from here, you're just gonna continue to keep duplicating at higher budgets like 50, 100, 500, and even 1,000 and so on and so forth. They keep building up more and more data and becoming more and more profitable. But remember, you need to be profitable with most of your assets before you start to increase the budget on your campaigns, as you don't want to be spending money solely on potential. Like I said before, you only want to make decisions based off of actual data. Men lie, women lie, but numbers never do. So you need to make sure to keep track of the KPIs, along with how much you're spending so that you can stay as profitable as possible. You should always be earning money at a higher rate than what you're spending. Now, as you earn more money and you get more data, as long as you're still making profit, you should be able to get into some lookalike audiences. And what a lookalike audience is gonna allow you to do is to reach even more people who, based off of Facebook's AI system's data, act like the customer who's already buying from you. So the main thing we've been focused on right now, with especially doing horizontal and vertical scaling, is trying to gain as much data as possible so that the pixel is getting smarter and smarter to understand who our ideal customer is. So now that you're at this point where you've built enough data, things are really gonna pick up for you because you know exactly who your potential buyer is, and you're no longer guessing who to market to. So to make lookalike audiences, you need to verify a couple things first. There's front-end lookalike audiences and back-end lookalike audiences based off of the same data that we talked about earlier. The first lookalike audience that you should be making is a 95% video view lookalike. And you cannot create this unless you have minimum 5,000 video views. And the minimum conversions that you can have to create a back-end lookalike audience, for example, add to cart, checkout initiated, or purchase, is going to be a minimum of 100 conversions, which at this point, if you've been scaling your ads the way that I show you, there's gonna be no problem for you to get these minimums. Let me go ahead and show you how I set up the first lookalike. And the first lookalike is gonna be based off of video views. So what I like doing is I like stacking up the 95% video viewers and the 75% video viewers on top of each other to create a really big audience of people who are most inclined to watch my video the entire way through, which is gonna lead them to also purchasing my product. Let me go ahead and show you how to set this up. So once you're back here on your ads manager, the main campaign screen, you're gonna scroll your mouse over here to the left-hand side and click on audiences. Next, we're gonna go ahead and click on create audience and then custom audience. And what your custom audience is the audience of people who actually did take that action. So because we're gonna set up a 95 to 75% video view, it's gonna take a pool of all the people who've actually taken that action on your video, and they're gonna pull them together. And then once you bring those pool of people together in this custom audience, then you'll make lookalikes off of it. So once you're on the screen, you're gonna come down to video, click on next, choose an engagement type, click on 95%, then click on select video, and you wanna make sure this number right here is over 5,000. So once you've selected it, go ahead and click on confirm. Now you're gonna come back to the drop down bar and click on 75% of your video. You're gonna come back over here, click on select videos again. You're gonna come back to that exact same video and go ahead and click on the check mark again and then click on confirm. So now with audience retention, you wanna go ahead and drop this down to 180 days. And then for audience name, you're gonna go ahead and do 95%/75% video view, and then click on create audience. And just like that, your custom audience was created. Now that the custom audience is created, we need to go ahead and create the lookalikes. So come back over here to the custom audience that you created, check mark it, hit these 3 dots, and click on create lookalike. For regions, you're gonna go ahead and type in United States. You're gonna hit this drop down bar, hit 6, and now it's gonna create you 6 different custom audiences, where it says the 1% lookalike consists of the people who are most similar to your lookalike audience source. But it does not mean that the other ones cannot perform as well. But I want you to understand that that does not mean that the 1% audience is just gonna perform the best. You wanna make 10 audiences total. So right now we have 6 audiences created. So go ahead and click on create audience. Come back over here, go back to your custom audience again, click the 3 dots again, create lookalike, drag it to the 6 and 7%, and then go ahead and click on 4. Type in the same audience location, and then go ahead and click on create audience. And now you can see I have all audiences from 1% to 10% all created. And the lookalike campaign that we're gonna create to test out all 10 of these lookalikes is gonna be the exact same way that we test out all 10 cold interests, as these aren't necessarily cold interests, but we don't know if they're gonna work yet or not. So you just go back, create a brand new campaign of $100 CBO with a $5 minimum spend. And instead of doing 10 different interests, you will do 10 different lookalikes. The first thing you're gonna go ahead and do is not target any locations at all. As you see, the locations right here is completely empty. As you see on the right-hand side, it says use a custom audience to continue or add a location for your audience. And you have to understand that the custom audience and lookalike is extremely smart, and it already has enough data to know who the ideal customer is. So it knows exactly where to go find them too. So now that we took off the location, you wanna come over here to custom audiences and then go ahead and select your first lookalike, which is gonna be this one right here. Then I'm gonna take that name, I'm gonna copy it, I'm gonna go ahead and paste it, and then we're just gonna run ads to that same audience like we've already been doing before all towards that winning video creative. Then you'll hit the 3 dots, you'll click duplicate, you'll do 9 copies, click duplicate again, you'll come into the second ad set, delete that first lookalike, and then go into the 2 to 3%. Copy, rename that ad set, and follow that same pattern for all 10 lookalikes. And that lookalike campaign is gonna have the same rules to it that every other campaign that we set up in this video has. You wanna be cutting the ad sets that are losing you money and scaling the ones that are making you money. It's an endless cycle of rinsing and repeating your way into finding new audiences that are putting even more money into your pockets. Now, look, I know that we just covered a lot, and it's okay if you just focus on what we just went over. You can go ahead and take the time to really learn and implement the steps that we talked about before coming back to this video. But with that being said, we are not done yet. Because for those of you who are really looking to get strategies to take it another step forward, we're about to get into something that I consider the biggest moneymaker, retargeting. Now, a lot of the time, your lookalike campaigns and your retargeting are gonna happen at the exact same time. But retargeting is where things really start to pick up for you. This is because you're gonna be using all the data that you've been getting from that very first campaign that we made all the way to now. With retargeting, your main focus is to bring back all of your missed sales by putting more ads in front of those audiences again, but this time with an incentive. So with that being said, when it comes to retargeting, there's 2 main ways that you're gonna do this, and that's with warm and hot retargeting. Warm retargeting is for those customers that took any action that wasn't on your store. This means that they could have watched your video or went to your Facebook or Instagram page, but they never actually clicked the shop now button. And this is a direct reflection of the custom audiences that you're gonna make so that you can do warm retargeting. And that's gonna be Facebook engagement, Instagram engagement, 95% video view, and 75% video view, all within the last 7 to 10 days. So you remember how we did that drop down when we created that custom audience earlier and we changed it from 365 to 180? Well, with retargeting, we would change that time frame to be between 7 and 10 days because you gotta get these customers while their mindset is still fresh and they remember your product and engage with it previously. You don't wanna be going after people from 4 months ago who don't even remember who you are at all. Now, hot retargeting, this is gonna focus on customers who did take an action on your store, but ultimately did not purchase. So those custom audiences that you're gonna make are people who visited your website, who added the product to cart, who initiated checkout, but did not do that final action that we're looking for, which is purchasing. And the same way we do 7 to 10 days for that time frame of retargeting with warm retargeting, it's gonna be the same for hot. Here's a warm retargeting campaign that I ran, for example. And inside of it, you can see how it's stacking up 75% video view, 95% video view, and Facebook engagement all on top of each other. And I was excluding one main audience, which was people who have purchased within the last 30 days. Basically going after any of these people who match these audiences, but did not purchase in that time frame. Now, mind you, inside of your retargeting campaigns, these are not lookalike audiences. This is gonna be utilizing the custom audiences, which are the real people who took that real action, not similar people like them. And it's important to know that in your retargeting campaigns, you want to be giving out special deals to help incentivize people to come back and purchase your product. So for example, in your warm retargeting campaign, you could give free shipping worldwide and give people an additional 10% discount in your ads that you're pushing to them, which is exactly what I did inside this campaign. As you see in the ad level, I reiterated my ad copy, but at the end of it, I said use code 10 off for an additional 10% off. As you scroll down to the description, you see it also says use code 10 off for an additional 10% off. Now in hot retargeting, that specific discount, it does go up a little bit extra, like 15 or 20%. And maybe you even give them a free gift, like a free ebook or a free tangible gift that goes with the main item on top of that discount. Doing it like this because the closer a customer is to purchasing your product, the more you want to bring them back. So inside my hot retargeting campaign, this is what it looked like set up. I had people who added to cart within the last 10 days, people who initiated checkout in the last 10 days, and people who visited my website in the last 10 days, all excluding people who have purchased in the last 30 days. Now with hot retargeting ads, I like utilizing different testimonials and reviews of people who've enjoyed utilizing my product. So for example, I added in this little review, and then I said use code 15 off for 15% off, highlighting that in my headline too. Which you can see I had multiple different ads following that format. And while you're retargeting, this is the perfect place to test out new ad formats. It's like another creative testing, but this way you get to do it towards people who didn't purchase but did see one of your other ads before. And think about it, if they didn't buy it before, and this ad that you're testing out in a retargeting campaign gets them to buy, then you probably know that that's a better ad. And then you can go take that ad and then input it in your horizontal, vertical, and cold audience campaigns. Now to really make sure that you're not leaving any stone unturned when it comes to bringing in missed sales back to your store to make that purchase, I highly suggest that you automate the retargeting process by also setting up email and SMS marketing with a platform like OmniSend. OmniSend is a tool that easily connects to your Shopify store. and it immediately helps you identify any customers who abandoned cart or checked out right from the moment that it's integrated. Now, this platform is completely free to use for your first 250 contacts, but I got you covered for when you're ready to scale beyond that. You can check out the link in my description and use the code AC30 to get 30% off your first 3 months. And make sure you check that out, because I'm telling you, with these strategies that you just learned, you'll be passing that 250 contact mark in no time. All right, so once you have your account open and connected to your Shopify store, you'll see that they already have pre-built flows for you to work with to set up an automated flow for an abandonment cart. All you have to do is come over here to automation, click on create workflow, and we're gonna go ahead and do for this example, abandonment cart. So click on customize workflow. So what it's saying is that the customers enter the workflow when they add an item to cart. Customers exit the workflow when they place an order or they start their checkout. And this is gonna be triggered 1 hour after the customer abandons checkout. And then it sends this first email here. Items in your cart are selling out fast. And you can customize this any way that you want. You can come in and add emojis, or you can delete the whole thing and write whatever you want yourself. Now, they do have some great templates, so definitely do not try to reinvent the wheel too much. Then it goes into your pre-header where it says there are items in your cart that can sell out fast, get them before they're gone. And then this is what the email is actually gonna look like. And if you wanna edit this, go ahead and click on edit content. Here you can change up the logo and what's in the body of your actual email. But like I said, it has a really good template that you should just follow. Now, after this first email, if this person still does not add the product to the cart, they're gonna go ahead and get a second email at 11 hours, saying something like, we're still keeping your items right where you left them. Do you know what would really cheer you up? Knowing that the items that you desperately want will make it to your doorstep soon. And again, you can customize this any way that you want as well. But one thing I love adding to the sequence is ensuring that this customer is getting hit with text and emails. So after that email is sent, then 12 hours after, I like adding in an SMS text. So I can go ahead and grab this and drag it right in here. I can add in my message text, like 10% off your order today, add in a unique discount code, put the percentage at 10%, and let it expire after 1 day. And one of the best things is you don't have to go to Shopify and then go add a coupon code, because Omnisend is gonna have that automatically happen. That if you open up the email or text and you click on the button to go ahead and check out, it's gonna apply that discount right away without you having to do any extra work. And yes, on my last text and my last email, I do love giving a discount similar to how I like doing my retargeting campaigns, where now I'm gonna go ahead and add one more delay after this text message, where it's gonna wait for 30 minutes. And then it's gonna send one last email telling them that they will get 15% off the entire cart if they check out right then and there. Where you see inside the email, it already says, here's a special 15% discount to help you make up your mind. And then once I click on the actual discount, it says cart discount, percent, 15%. I'm gonna come down to expiry, make it expire in 1 day, and then click on finish editing. And just like that, I now have my email and SMS abandonment cart campaign set up. If you've made it this far, then you've already set yourself up with every strategy and tool that you need to build a successful store and start seeing results. But here's where I need your full attention. There's one last thing that we need to cover, and I'm telling you right now, this is the make or break moment for your success. And it's not another ad strategy or another app. It's something far more powerful. It's your mindset. And if you skip this part, you're leaving behind the one thing that will determine how far you can go. If you're stepping into dropshipping or entrepreneurship as a whole, but you're not bringing in the right mindset with you, I'm telling you right now, you're going to fail. It's as simple as that. One mindset that I see a lot of beginners fall into is this: I just need to put in a little bit of work and I'll be making life-changing money within a month. But then when reality sets in that this is a real business that requires dedication, resilience, and especially in the beginning, more failure than wins, that's when people get discouraged and ultimately just quit. And here's the thing, dropshipping takes time, persistence, and a serious willingness to learn from your setbacks. You're going to need grit, not just optimism, because even the best strategies take testing and patience to start paying off. The real difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that they never failed. It's the fact that they learned, adapted, and continue to keep pushing forward, even when things got tough. If I'm being real with you guys, even when I first started dropshipping 6 years ago, I was met with setback after setback. It didn't just take me testing 1 or 2 products to start seeing overall success. It for real took me losing money, testing out all these different strategies, and testing over 10 types of products before finding my first product and testing strategy that I would consider my first winner. And even though I had made over $100,000 while first selling this winning product, I ended up losing almost all of it due to chargebacks and poor product quality, because at that time, I had no idea how to verify a supplier. So I ended up going right back to square one. And what made that loss even tougher was finally knowing what it felt like to be on the winning side, only to lose everything that I just spent months working so hard for and money that I just didn't have, all within a matter of days. In a situation like this, it could easily tear down someone with the wrong mindset, even make them quit entirely. But losses are truthfully inevitable, and you have to understand that right from the start. But it's how you learn and you grow from them that really pushes you to the next level. So every single L that you take, it's not a loss, but a learning lesson. Just helping you build and thinking up that shield of success. And truthfully, from that major loss that I took, it just forced me to take a hard look at my product selection and the strategies that I was using. And if I didn't go through that, I would not have made the adjustments that led to life-changing success for myself. As the next winning product right after the one that I just failed on, it took me from $0 to $1.7 million in less than 6 months. And I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm sharing it because it's easy to give up when things get tough. And pushing forward does take real grit. But through every single setback, there was one thing that kept me going. And I believe it can do the same for you. Before starting your dropshipping journey in 2025, I want you to take this moment right now to define your why. Why are you doing this? Once you know that answer, I want you to write it down somewhere where you're gonna see it every single day. Put it on your vision board. Write it out on sticky notes around your house, or do what I did, which was a little crazy, but you can just nail it all around your house, a bunch of pieces of paper, so it's always a constant reminder. You wanna do this because when challenges come, as they definitely will, you'll have that reminder of what you're working towards, continuously keeping you grounded and motivated to keep going. To wrap up this video, I wanna leave you with something real. Something that proves no matter what your starting point is, your experience, your background, demographic, whatever you're going through, this business can change your life. And if you approach this with the right mindset, you stay consistent, and you commit to putting in work, there's truly no limit to what you can achieve. Let me introduce you to Michael, because when Michael came to me, he was struggling, and nothing that he was doing was working, and he just could not even get his first sale. But in just 9 months, he then went from being stuck to generating over $1 million in sales, completely flipping his life upside down. And here's the thing, it's not just Michael's story that's unique. I've already worked with thousands of people from every background and experience level, and these same step-by-step strategies I showed you today have also helped so many different people achieve life-changing results. I'll tag a playlist above so that you can see their stories too, but right now, let's go ahead and hear from Michael about his journey and see what's possible when you commit to success.
All right, so March to June 30th, I think March is when I started back up. I couldn't even tell you. But I definitely spent way more than $300 trying to figure this stuff out on my own. You know what I mean? Like 0.31% conversion rate. It is just not, what I was hoping for. Even in 2021, when I got your blueprint, I did much better than this. And it just changed from then to now. Like when I got back on, and I was struggling, and I was like, man.
Basically, March 1st, June 30th, you're trying to do it yourself. You came in right at the very beginning of July, and let's go ahead and see what that first month was looking like. $100 to right around $2,400. So there was some pickup happening here, some things you were learning. Tell me a little bit about what was happening here.
Yeah, honestly, this was just that first month was just taking it all in and applying the pressure, taking these methods and listening to what you guys had to say, following your advice, from product research to the KPIs, keeping my emotions out of things. Numbers don't lie. They don't lie. Look, just August 8th to 31st.
Sheesh.
Sheesh, for real.
Yeah,
man.
$1,000 in less
3 weeks. Yeah.
From scratch, literally from scratch. We just saw August 7th, you were at zero, basically.
40 is like $40.
So what was the difference in things that were happening right here?
Man, I honestly think the biggest difference was it was a much more focused approach. Everything I learned, it didn't feel like I was learning it. It felt like I knew it, and I just needed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing I'm learning, I'm seeing what's working, what's not, and I was like, and then when this time came around and I kind of buckled down and came down to earth, I was like, all right, you know what to do, you know what to look for, and make it happen. And so every approach I took, and from that moment on, was I was writing everything down I was doing. I was like, from the ad copies to how I was structuring the ads that I was making.
And then from there, you still didn't give up. So from, let's go August 1st all the way to today. Let's say from the day you really started getting going to today.
Yeah, man. I'm at
$1,000.
80. I'm on my way to my first 100K. That sounds real nice.
So you're able to keep conversion rate up. You're able to keep consistent traffic happening here. Were you doing anything different with your ads to make sure that you could stay consistent, or what was going on here?
I kind of needed to level at the pace that I could handle, being realistic, because 3 weeks it hit me so fast, and like I said, I work a 9 to 5, and my goal at the start of this was to make an extra few $1,000s. So I'm talking 10,000 in sales a month, and just taking a couple grand home. You know what I mean, to help out. And so when August came and all that money, you know what I mean, and it comes with the work. You know, I had to answer emails. I had to keep up with, the Facebook page and the comments and these and that. And so I was like, okay. And so I kind of took everything that I was working on it, because this stuff does it on its own once it's set up.
100%.
And I'm kind of just pacing it at this moment right now, because at the same time, I'm prepping a lot. I'm trying to get it right for Q4 as well. I hit a trend, and it took off for me. It's insane the value you guys have provided me and opened my eyes to.
I love that, man. I love that. What was that? What was, that feeling? Like you had this highest day right here. What was the highest day that you had in sales? What was it? And do you remember that day?
Yeah, I remember that day. I remember thinking, I'm gonna do $5,000 in sales in one day. This is nuts. I woke up and it was already like $1,500. Man, there's no feeling like it. Everyone wants to do things. Everyone sets goals. You got small goals, big goals. But like whatever kind of goal it is, when you accomplish that, there's no comparing feeling about validating yourself and the things that you say you're gonna do. You know what I mean? And so like this day, $5,200 was that day on June 18th. $5,217 in a day, man. Like,
My gosh, bro.
I'm first off waking up. Like I said, it was
Conversion rate.
yeah, the conversion rate, session, like everything, the order value, like all those things you taught us about. I remember waking up like during these days and this day, like, holy cow, like I've already made $1,000, $2,000, and I started my 9 to 5. I was like, I've made more money than I'm making my 9 to 5 already in profit. Total profit for this sheet, $21,430. And this month it's a few thousand. Like I said, I scaled back, but that month I did 20, 19, 20 in its own. Like, I mean, again, I made $20-some thousand in the last 45, 60 days, and I was making it in my sleep. I was working and making money. I was just like, this is unreal. I went to Disneyland. I bought my niece's tickets, didn't think twice about it. My mom needed a new laptop. She's in her doctorates. And I was like, Mom, I got you. I bought a laptop. And then the rest, I was like, I'm putting it right back in.
So you just went from 0 to 70K from August throughout September time. Then you just decide to restart in October with a brand new product, and then did close to about another $100,000. That is absolutely insane. So were you just following the same proven system, or what was going on here?
Same proven system. Validated the product. Just everything I've been taught. Not doing nothing different, man. Applying the pressure.
Applying the pressure.
And
okay. Let's see November, man. What happened the following
November? We prepped pretty heavy for November, and I did over 200.
Oh my God, bro. So you were on the edge of getting your first 6-figure month. This is still working your job at this moment. And then you're like, you know what? I'm about to put my foot on the gas. $215,000 in a single month. Like, walk me through what this feeling was at the end of the month. Like, when you looked at this number, what were you feeling at this moment?
I remember just feeling on top of the world, and like you said, unstoppable. When I got past 6 figures in this month, I was like, oh yeah, it's over. I was already over being so excited, because we get excited every time we hit a milestone. I was just like, oh, bet, like gas.
Keep moving. So let's go ahead and see what you were able to accomplish the entire time frame of October 1st to December. Man, $370,000 in 3 months, and the goal I just told you is to hit 100K. So you surpassed that goal. You kept saying, I'm never going to give up. And I just want to say, man, I'm super proud of you, and I'm super proud of the success that you've been able to have. I know that this is only the beginning, and even just to show people from the very beginning, from when you started this mentorship to the end of the year, where were you at from that?
It's nuts. We've been together for what, 5 months from last year? $455,312. Man.
Man,
And that's from
half a million.
August to today.
Numbers do not lie, man. So, a lot of people, we only show revenue. So, let's jump into the profit as well. What was profit looking like in, the months of October, November, and December?
So October, right here, I had $16,762 profit from the $90,000 a month. November, I had right under 40 grand, 37,000. Man. And then December, even those 6 days I got shut off into the month, I still made over 10 G's.
Over $65,000 profit in 3 months, bro. Like in 3 months. This is insane, and I can fully attest to what that feeling is that you have right now. And I just want to tell you that you are on the path of doing some amazing things. I know that you are on the path of being able to get great success in the future for yourself. And it all comes down to the mentality. I knew from the very beginning, the first time I ever talked to you, that you were going to be successful. I knew it because just where your mentality was. It doesn't matter about what's on the screen. Doesn't matter about the numbers you hit. I didn't care about any of that. I could tell by your mentality that you were going to do whatever it's going to take to be successful. And obviously, that has been proven to already have happened. So, I just want to say, man, one last time, I think for the people who are watching, for me as well, I hope people who are watching are motivated because this should show you that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Hey,
my God,
my boy,
pulled up on me.
You already know, bro.
Man, it's good to see you out here in San Diego, man.
I appreciate the love, appreciate the invite.
Appreciate you coming to the crib,
at the new
man.
crib now. I love to see you, bro. Go ahead and chop it up. I appreciate everything, bro.
Yes, sir. What got me into dropshipping, like my origin story. Came out of college, came home. I was out in West Virginia playing football. Got a regular job, continued grad school. But at some point, especially living in San Diego, I was like, one, I want to do more for myself and more for the people around me. Like, my why very much became, I want to put my family and make an impact in their lives. That was my first why. It's just ingrained in me to want better, want more. And what could I do? You know what I mean? And I never imagined it could be this.
Well, this is only the start of it.
$1 million in sales. You meeting up, come celebrate this with me, like, man, you have no idea how much I appreciate this.
Of course, bro. Well, I want to say, congratulations on the new crib. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Being able to move from the first apartment that I remember you started taking calls off of to now having a house. Congratulations on being able to do that. But, what was that feeling like knowing that you accomplished this from e-commerce? You got it from dropshipping. You were able to take care of your family from this. Yeah. And what you decided to invest in. Like, what was that feeling like when you decided to move in?
Man, it's an unmatched feeling. Being able to, literally how it went for me was I was in my 1-bedroom apartment and I'd been there for a year and I was like, let's go. Get up and go. Like, I need more space, you need more space. She needs her own room, the kid. I had the money to make the deposit, pay the first rent, buy furniture, like move us entirely, buy new beds. Like, I literally moved and put everything I needed in immediately. And I didn't have to think twice about swiping my card. I didn't have to think twice about sending 7 G's for a deposit in the first month. Like, how do you describe that?
I don't think that you can. I think the best way to describe it is like, thank God you took the first step. I've seen you go from this point, from the very first time we talked to where you're at right now, and who you are has never changed, but your mentality has only continued to keep being more driven. You see you can accomplish one thing, it unlocks the door to make you realize you can continue to keep doing it. So for anybody who's watching, like, I am no different than this man. This man is no different than me. And for any one of you guys watching, there's nothing different between us and you. We just never gave up on ourselves. And speaking of not giving up on ourselves, we're here to celebrate. We're here to see this progression. So let's go ahead and check out some of these things that you've been able to do. Go ahead and check out behind the scenes and see where we're at with this $1 million store. Yeah. Let's go and check it out, my boy. Hey, looks like these stores are going crazy, man. Run me up. Hey. You got 423 on this one right here. Yep. And you got 533 on this. Holy sh! That's what. How much is that?
Touching $500,000 each.
Some light. 533. 423. My boy's sitting at 960. $960,000 since September of last year.
Yep.
Talking about growth, my boy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. And sky is the limit. So we're close to this milli. Take yourself out to eat, celebrate, and then get ready to strap back in and lock in. Hey, more coming
Appreciate
soon.
you.
Yes, sir, bro.
What's up, y'all? I just want to get on here and say I've officially hit that $1 million in revenue. Things are going well. This journey has been life-changing. Who I am today is totally different than who I was a year ago. My mindset, my drive, my determination has changed completely since starting this dropshipping journey. And it felt impossible at times. I urge you, keep going, trust the process, do not give up. I've stopped and I started and I've stopped and started. I was there, and this is something I used to dream about. I wake up every day getting to do what I love for myself, go golf when I want. My world's opened up to so much more, and to even fathom I'd wake up to $1,000 in sales, I can't be any happier. Just go get it and make this life the best thing it can be.
If you're still here right now, you've already set yourself apart. Because most people won't even take that first step. But no, not you. You've got the knowledge, you've got the tools, and most importantly, you got the power to take action and create something life-changing for yourself. And listen, I'm not just talking when I say that this can truthfully change your life. It changed mine, it changed Michael's, and it changed the lives of countless students who put in the work and trusted the process. So as you start finding products, running ads, and building your store, I want you to remember this. Success is not about luck, it's about commitment. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the days when it feels hard. Because look, I promise you, the moment you get this process down, you'll realize how much you're capable of. When that first sale hits, when you start seeing results, and when opportunities that you never thought possible start rolling in, that's when you can look back and realize that this moment, right here, was the start of it all. And I wanna be a part of your journey and celebrate your wins with you. So drop your progress and wins in the comment section down below, because I wanna see how far you go. And if you're ready to keep learning and leveling up, I got a full playlist waiting for you. Remember, you can never fail by investing in yourself, and I cannot wait to see you turn this knowledge into real results. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.